My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.
Yeah, we got James Madison. It's call, everybody. You're watching Talking Ball. I'm joined by possibly the greatest panel assembled of all time. Of course, to my right or left, my right, I think your left watching it. No, to your right. We've got Jose, the best co-host ever. I was going to say this side of the Mississippi, but he is this ever. Yeah. And then below them, we've got a power couple, if there ever was one. We've got Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs, and Jim, just a guy who loves Spurs.
Hi, everyone.
YouTube by storm. They're the new it couple. Do you go by Kim or Jate? What's like your couple? You know how they smush all the couples' names together. You guys could be Kim or Jate. So you decide which one you want to be.
This one's boss and assistant.
That's how it is. That's how it is with me and my wife. But I'm gonna have to get her on some shows and get her more involved in the show. We need to make that happen. So everybody, if you want to see Beth on the show, you want to get Beth on for maybe just a little segment, a Beth segment, put it in the chat, put it in the comments. I'll show it to her and be like, see, look, babe, they want you on the show. But everybody, welcome. We've got some big hitters in the house already. We've got Mark Cousins, Sheriff Mark Cousins. Oh, that's Jim. We got Sheriff Mark Cousins. We've got Chris Peters. Chris Peters is a very special person. He is a Patreon member of the channel. We'll get to that later. And Julie Sievers, who's that? I don't know who that lady is. Oh wait, that's my mom. She's a wonderful person. Big up.
Big up.
Mia's here. Mia says big up to Jate. I got Jate. Jate's gonna be a thing now. I promise you guys that. That's gonna be the new thing. Wayne Bonner has something in common with Chris Peters in being that he is the other Patreon member. Thanks a lot, guys. Good to have you both here. What's up, everyone? Hope you're all having a good Saturday. And then hopefully international break's over soon. I didn't read. I saw the word international break, and so I'm assuming he's saying he hopes it's over soon. But Jim says get Beth on Depo. See, all right. There's one vote for Beth, and 2 votes for Beth. Bring on Betty. And Jose and Colin. What's our? We're gonna have to be Jose or Jolin.
Jose, I love that.
Jose. That's gonna have to be our power couple name, Jose. But we got Cherie, and again, I hope I'm saying that right. Probably not. Let me know if I'm not. Big up everyone though. Big up to yourself. And Sonny's wife's here. I was so hoping that you'd be able to make the later time. Sonny's wife put in a comment seriously early about loving this week's thumbnail, and she was saying she was looking forward to the show. So I'm so glad that you're here. Oh man, Leo, big up, homies, big up, homie. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're keeping Colorado under control, and I'm sure, yeah, you probably enjoyed it too, Julie. So Sonny's wife, yes, love all the love in the chat.
I love this one.
Oh my God, bring on Beth for a fun facts about Colin section with my mom. Oh my God, that would be something. Let's not do that. We'll table that idea. We'll table it. Revisit that.
You've got to give the people what they want, Colin. You've got to do it.
Yeah, it could be funny.
For them, not for you.
Right. I can laugh at myself a fair amount. After a while, though, it's like, okay, now you're hurting my feelings. But that's everybody in the comments for now. And it's really good to have all of you guys with us. It feels, like I said, cozy, like a nice, cozy little family. And it's a nasty day here. I feel like it's very much a London day in Indiana today. It is gray, it is chilly, and it is misting outside. I just had to go to the BMV. Yuck. So you know how I'm doing. But how are you guys? Start with our guests today. Kate, you good?
Yeah, it's cold here. It's really cold today and wet and yuck. But I'm good, thank you. All good in the hood.
Good deal. You guys are having an Indiana day. I guess we'll say it like that, right?
There you
we go. Indiana, putting Indiana on the map, talking ball. But yeah, so Jim, we know that you and Kate don't live anywhere near each other, totally different parts of the world. So since you guys are so far away, how's everything where you are? Good?
Excellent.
Okay,
Excellent.
good deal.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
no
cold
problem.
today. I've actually put. I always wear shorts. It's so
Yeah.
cold. I've actually put long trousers on today.
I have shorts on, but like to my own detriment. I regretted it when I went outside. But yeah, I'm the same way. I'll wear shorts as long as I possibly can. Long pants are necessity only. Again, hope everyone in the chat though is doing well. But that brings us kind of around to somebody I've really wanted to talk to. You might have noticed yesterday, if you tuned into the show, we were missing a core component of the show. But he's back today, baby. Jose, it's really good to have you back, bub. We missed you.
It was interesting because yesterday I was in the back and I put the camera off and everything. The mic, I switched my mic off, everything, and all I did was run the comments for you. And
it was very kind.
I just felt so, and I just wanted to. Today I'm bursting to come on, and yesterday I was just like, I just want to do nothing yesterday. So yeah, now I'm feeling much better today. So yeah, as I said earlier in the back room, I think it was food poisoning. To be honest.
To be honest, I mean, I'm really grateful that that's all that it was. You know, all the nasty bugs are making a comeback.
My stomach and the rest of my body weren't grateful it was, I tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do understand what you're saying. So.
Could have
lost some weight. You probably lost some weight, Jose.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Tighten the belt a notch today, perhaps.
I probably lost the weight of the smallest violin in the world, I think.
It always comes right back. That's the thing. With the weight. But guys, Drula's here. Drula, big up Drula. Y'all calling. I just love that she said y'all. That makes me happy. Bring Beth on. Let's hear how she became a Spurs fan, the greatest team the world has ever seen. Yes, I absolutely want to do that, and I also want to get on a section called betting tips with Beth. Because she doesn't know shit about football, but I think it'd be really funny if I just put two teams and I'm like, which one's gonna win? And she's like, oh, for sure this one. I just think that has an opportunity to be a funny segment. And what if she starts feeling
like us doing the Grand National over here, isn't it? It's a pin sticker.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, you can ask.
Was your mum a Spurs fan before? So
no,
because of you.
I forced her. I sat her. So I played. So here's a quick story. I played soccer like my whole life, and since I was 5, and she's driven me all over this beautiful country to like go to tournaments and games and be on different teams and practices, and so she's quite well versed in the sport, and always been a fan and stuff. But then whenever I got into Tottenham, I kept being like, "Whoa, Mom, the Premier League is nuts. You have to watch this. This team is amazing. It's so much fun. You've got to do it." And she was always like busy and was like, no. And then one day she sat down and watched a match and was instantly hooked, and then became like more of a super fan than me, and was like, "Hey, did you see this? I read this online today." And like, "Hey, did you?" And I was like, "Mom, yes, I've been trying for." Yeah. She got on the train, and when she did, she's hardcore about it now. So, like I said, takes us to London multiple times, and so we've made the official pilgrimage to the Holy Land, and been to the stadium, done the stadium tour, met a whole bunch of the YouTubers last time I was there. So this time I want to meet you guys.
That's excellent.
Yeah, we'll be there May 14th through I don't know something. We'll be there in May.
That's the thing about Spurs. Once you get into Spurs, it's in your blood. You can't help it. Sometimes, like last season, the season before.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It drove me insane, right? But it's just ingrained in you.
And we were being driven insane together.
Yeah.
I just like the camaraderie of it all too. And I would never for a second think of supporting. I mean, the thought of supporting anybody else makes me want to just. I'd rather just do it. I'd rather just never watch football again.
Yeah.
I've started supporting like my local team, but totally, I mean, it's in the MLS, totally different kettle of fish, right? So, but yeah, that's how mom got into it, and then, but yeah, she's totally on board the train now, totally on board to the point where she gets so upset when players leave. Oh my God, she gets so upset, and I got it. And like, Mom, it's okay, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, so that's her. That's mom. She's awesome. Got a good footballing brain on her. So I like to bring her on the show when she could make it. Speaking of which, I'll send her the link, see if she'll pop on and say hey. But yeah,
Big up, Julie.
boom, big up indeed.
So you've got Julie saying that you did make her a Spurs fan, but then we've got Mark Cousins. I'm jumping around because there's loads of chatting. Mark Cousins asked, when was this? Which year?
So mom was around for the final Bale year. So I guess AVB's season was the one that she started following on.
Which one?
AVB's first, or AVB, the AVB season
yeah.
that was ended up being Bale's final season.
Yeah.
So I think AVB second. But yeah, that was when she got in and got on the train. Fell in love with Bale, but then she instantly was a Lamella and an Eriksson fan instantly. And the fact that she is a Lamella fan shows that she's got culture and good tastes, because Lamella was one of my favorite players, even though all he was good for was a good shit house and a good. I mean, people didn't notice the stuff he did off the ball, Kate. I
loved him. I loved him.
Me too.
And you know what? I still think we miss him, even now.
Sometimes
we do miss him.
Bring him on in games. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. He was always good to make something happen. He had sort of that Madison-esque-ness where he would just always drive forward. He was always, you know what I mean?
And he always gave it 1,000,000%. Every single game, every time he played, he was 100%.
And the look in his eyes, he was just like, "I'm gonna kill you and your family." Like he was a scary looking dude. But Jose, were you a Lamella fan at the time?
Lamella?
Yeah.
Oh mate, he's proper, isn't he? He's just
you guys are awesome. A lot of people would disagree with us. Just be ready.
On the spot. The thing is, Lamella was a good player when we bought him from Roma in Italy. But he shone in Italy. But when he came to us, he was picking up injury after injury after injury. So it took us ages.
He might have been injured when he came.
Yeah, it just took us ages to see Lamella get a run in the side. But even the games that he did play, you can see that he had 150% for the badge. He played for the badge all the time. He made others around him work. He cajoled them, you know. They'd watch his shithousery and what he'd get up to and all that, and he brought the team with him. And obviously, he's the king of the Rabonas as well, because he scored a couple of Rabona goals, which 100%. Are absolutely brilliant.
The first one, I think it was against Sheriff, or it was against one of those teams in the Europa League. But that one was filthy. The Arsenal one was good because of what it.
The Arsenal one was filthy because he nutmegged the player as well, mate. Come on.
I know, but
but we lost that game.
I know, still, but that Rabona definitely made it go down a little easier.
We won that game for the Rabona for me, Jim.
Yeah.
He
won a lot for that goal, didn't he?
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. That got goal of the season, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And he's also
got goal of the month for definite. I'm sure he got goal of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure he won something for it, and it wasn't the Puskas. So that's probably what he got. It's crazy how many awards our team we score some cracking goals. Let's just put it that way. The amount of awards, I think, if you looked at all of like the individual awards we've gotten from goals and such, I think it would be quite a fair few. I bet Wanyama's goal that we all will talk about, I bet that won goal of the month. But yeah, so guys, it is almost time.
Hold on. We need to catch up with the chat. So
yes.
Carry on, so you got your mum saying that you need to get together.
I think she means all of us in London.
Yeah. Chris Peters says, "I'll see you in May."
Yay.
Your mum again says, "Love meeting other Spurs supporters. Let's party together."
Yeah. Yep.
Asna Potato says, "Sexy sunny boy in the picture. Who thought of putting him on the thumbnail?"
Definitely wasn't me. I have no idea. I have no idea who did that. I think it was Jose.
Wayne is also saying the new stadium is beautiful. The atmosphere as it is now is something special that you'll never really experience unless you're there.
Yeah.
Dragon D's Nuts is here.
Hey, dragon! It's the dragon. What drag? I wonder what dragon you would be. Did you ever watch Rugrats? That show, the little cartoon show. You can be Reptar. But yeah, dragon. Good to have you here, buddy. Sonny's wife said I had a fight with my mom today, but I have both my Tottenham mom and dad on this show. Sorry that you had a fight with your mom. That'll all get better. That shit all blows over. No worries.
I think your mum's talking about Eric Lamella there.
Yeah, he was exactly. He was just like you weren't even there. Like he was just looking through you to the goal.
Yeah. The Sheriff, Eric Lamessi.
Boom.
Judo Lamella is so poised.
Love him.
Mia likes some Argentinian, doesn't she? Look at that. Love Eric
That's
Lamella.
so true.
She's not the one that likes Romero as well.
Yes,
she is. Mia, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're right.
Right, there we go. I love Lamella. He was injured too much. Superb when you see him play in the stadium. His shit housed him something else.
I would love to have seen a match where it was just the camera on Lamella the whole match, because like you said, unless you see in the stadium, there is so much that you miss. And I'm sure that I missed a lot. Yeah. Big up.
And then we have Audio Artisan.
Hey, what's up, chap? Afternoon, peeps.
And then you got Lamella has the best thighs as well.
I mean,
your mum just wants to confirm that you both never fought.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying to Sonny's wife, and it shit all blows over. Me and my mom used to cats and dogs, and now look, we're friends. It's the circle of life. All good, all is good. But yeah. So guys, we've kind of teased what I wanted to talk about, which is international break, how much it sucks, but at least our players are getting rested. But we're about 20 minutes in, and I just wondered if before we got into that, if you guys were ready for a little fun and you're ready to keep your West Ham. Oh yeah, Jose's trying to get through the comments. I'm literally trying to make this harder for Jose. My fault, buddy. Yes. Thank you for getting through all the comments. Smash the like button, says LTL Cockrell. Who's that guy? Never heard of him.
I'm not sure. Is he Argentinian?
Maybe. Don't tell me if he is.
As the potato says, can you guys recommend me some good old horror movies to watch?
Definitely. Silence of the Lambs. I can't believe it, but I just watched that for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
And it is such a good film.
Have you
seen the others? The other ones in the series, like Red Dragon. Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so funny, but you know how like you can be kind of a hipster, and when something is like a big, you're just like, oh yeah, I bet that's hyped up and it's overhyped, and so I didn't watch it, but I finally did, and I was like, oh okay, because Anthony Hopkins' character isn't all, he's kind of the good guy and the bad, you know what I mean? Like it's cool. I like his characters got layers to him, you know, it's nice.
I like the original horror films because they really scared me when I was a youngster.
Have you guys ever seen Suspiria? Yeah. That's a weird one, but it's the
Dracula ones.
Those ones are good too.
What, the Hammer House of Horror? Those ones.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about stuff like Nightmare on Elm Street when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
You know, Friday the 13th when it first came out.
Yeah. What's the Jason? What are the Jason ones? Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Halloween.
Halloween, all them films when they first came out, I was young, and
The Exorcist.
The
Exorcist is actually pretty scary. Yeah, that's a pretty scary one.
Still scary now.
Yeah, the special effects look so good especially for the time.
Yeah,
they banned it, didn't they? Spit on Your Grave.
Oh yeah,
film.
I haven't seen that.
There's about 42 of them now.
Whoa, I did watch this really, really awful one time called Zombie Apocalypse. I'll Google it, but it's banned as well. Finding it, you got to look online. It's pretty gruesome, and there's portions of it where they don't know if it's real or not, so that's why it's banned.
There's a new one called The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe. That's a good film. Really good film.
Yeah,
it's a really good.
It sounds like a cool premise too.
Yeah,
and Evil Dead Rises was good as well.
Wayne
Oh, I
Brothers'
love all
first
the
three
Evil
was
Dead
The
movies.
Exorcist, The Shining, and The Evil Dead. Hopefully, as a potato, that's giving you some recommendations on horror films.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got you all set up. We got you all set up.
Judy says Mia likes the Latin hotties who are hotheads.
Hey, I mean, they are hot heads. Maybe
We
they
have
some
another
hot
one.
guys.
John Fitzpatrick saying Candyman.
Oh yeah, isn't that the movie where you said you gotta say his name
You
three
say it
times?
three times,
He's
yeah.
got like bees
it.
or something inside.
That's
him.
it.
There's
Yeah.
a bit of loving between your mum and Mia now. Look at this.
Oh,
Mia
Gazaniga. I've got
Yeah.
his signed glove. Oh my god.
Do you really?
I smell
Wow.
it. I do. I smell it often. Oh,
Should we just sign the whole of Argentina?
We could think about it.
It wouldn't be a bad shot because they're not a bad team, the whole of Argentina.
Yeah.
They happen to be
Especially-
World Cup champions, don't they?
I'd even take that old man they got on their team, Leo something or other.
yeah, he's all right. I don't mind him.
Who's that, Kate?
Yeah.
Messi, you nana.
Oh,
Some old man, some old Leo guy they got on their team. I don't
Nearly as
know.
old as you, Jim.
You guys might be the same age.
So we got Chris Peters
No,
saying, I love Asian horror. I Saw the Devil is amazing. Japanese and Korean horror are great.
They are.
Sonny's
He's
wife's
right.
coming with, I recommend Destination, one of the older American movies.
Final Destination. Yeah, I think that's the one. Probably that's got to be what it is. That's an amazing movie. Sonny's wife.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping up. There we go. Dragonstein Nuts says Blair Witch Project and the Saw movies.
For sure. Saw's classic. I forgot all about that one. The original Saw for sure.
Clark Cousins, apart from Maradona, he's a cheat.
He's been.
Yeah, we don't him.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Argentinian team now, Mark, not the one from before, from yesteryear.
But I mean, we can have
Wayne
Prime
Bonner.
Maradona though.
Zombie Apocalypse or
Cannibal Holocaust is the one I meant. Yeah,
Memory
that's
serves
it.
me, the
Wayne.
latter involved the cast going to court to prove they were alive. It was just a film.
Yeah, you're correct. And then they have that scene in it. I mean, this isn't enough to like ban a movie, but there's a scene where they like cut a turtle up, like real, like they're like cut its shell off it. So gross. They're like on this island.
We've got that on our IPTV box, Jim.
oh, wait.
Yeah.
I know what I'm watching tonight.
There you go.
But the
I like
film can go in the background tonight.
You gotta have them both. You gotta have both on at the same time. It's a special
Two
kind of
tellies
experience.
simultaneously.
Right.
Ah,
Exactly. You get the arousal and then also the scared. I've heard that's peak. That's peak stuff right there. So
Yeah,
You
from a
someone-
friend.
You have someone new that I've not seen in the chat. Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning to Amin Correa.
oh whoa, hey, what's up? Big up.
They
Good to
said
see
we
you.
should get Victor Boniface, the by a Leverkusen forward, strong physically and a good dribbler, age 22, scores goals with his head and both feet.
Wait,
Amin,
with his
you've not
feet
met you
too?
before. Where are you from? Whereabouts in the world are you from, Amin? Let us
Yeah,
know.
very good to have you, Emmett. Very good to have you. And
Boniface is going to cost a fortune if you go after him.
oh, is he? Well, I was going to say
we
he
was
can score
watching
with
a
his
game
head
the
and
other night,
both
Kate. He
feet.
was playing.
Yeah, and
He
he's
scored with his head
mustard.
and both feet, though. So that's already two more things.
It's got to be Nigerian, surely.
Carlos
His name
can
like
score with.
Boniface, he must be a Nigerian player.
I don't know. I've got friends that are called Boniface and they're English.
No, they're called Ugly Face, darling.
No, that's you, darling.
Oh, but hey, Victor Boniface is a Nigerian. He's a Nigerian player. Is that what you guessed, Jose?
No, with the surname Boniface, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about forename, I'm talking about the surname Boniface. I would have thought that he was Nigerian.
Here he is.
Wow.
I'm just surprised
That's-
that you knew that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, he is. Yeah, well, Boniface I thought was a Nigerian surname.
See, hashtag the more you
Bow
know.
down to the
This is not
wisdom.
only can you find out about what horror movies are good and things like that, you can also get some information. This
It's
is
very cultural on this show, all of us. Aren't
we just are in general, I think, all four
We've
of
got
us.
Chris Peters saying red zombie movies. Everyone's gone on the movies here. I mostly watched based on true story movies, crime war. Wolf Creek was good from She-Ra.
Oh, Wolf Creek
Yeah.
was good. That's a couple of years back
Oh my
now.
God, look
Wow.
at Judah. My dad took my mum to see The Exorcist on their first date 50 plus years ago, and they're still together.
He
Oh
just
my
scared
God.
her, and he was like, "You need me." What if?
Yeah,
what if
I'll
the-
protect you.
Yeah, exactly. Smart guy.
The real zombies now are our Tottenham. We will never die. From Sonny
Hell
Wife.
yes. That is perfect. I love that. I love that.
Wayne Bonner, I've not seen Cannibal Holocaust, but I have it on DVD.
Honestly, it's not a good movie. The only reason to watch it is just because like you're not supposed to or whatever. It's not good, and it's
Dragon
not
D
even that
Nuts.
scary.
Wolf Creek freaked me out. A little too close to home, lol.
You live close to the. I guess everybody does in Australia. You're never very far from the bush, but yeah, that movie was very scary. The movies like that where the bad guy is like a person and it could actually happen scare me a lot more for some reason than movies where it's like a demon or a monster, you know, and it's like the killers are real people. I don't know.
Shira says, please everyone watch the Italian movie named Life. It's beautiful. It's a war movie. The movie is really amazing.
Definitely will check it out.
Audio, just in short, no, I haven't seen the Spanish film called REC, which is an American remake.
I have. I've seen both.
Have you?
Yeah, I like them both.
Are they good?
I'll have to check them out.
Do you like?
You guys,
I'm getting a feeling you like horror films then.
Yeah.
Some of that
Jim.
you get to watch a lot.
you need to check out
Jim-
Suspiria. It's Italian and it's made by some fella named Dario Argento, and it's old. I had to watch it in like film class, but it actually was amazing. It's my favorite horror movie, but it's like suspense type horror. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's cool. I'll send you.
Jim's terrified of everything. And we went to see The Conjuring 2, and he spent the whole of the 2 hours like that, so he didn't scream. He had his hand covering his mouth. He's such a wuss.
Stuffing it with popcorn.
I love horror movies, but they always make me jump. Always.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part. That's the fun part.
Yeah, but they don't make me jump. They just don't. I'm expecting it. That's what it is. Jim just is terrified of everything.
Jim lets himself get immersed in the story, and he doesn't know. You know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, this is a good story. I wonder about this family moving."
I can watch a bit that makes me jump, rewind it, and it still make me jump. That's true.
It is true.
You guys, perfect foil for each other. You guys are.
So we've got Mia saying that we've been with another striker, Guirassi.
I'll have to Google him.
Is he the guy from Galatasaray? Or from one of the Turkish clubs?
I don't know. We've been loaning them enough players. Maybe they could give us a deal.
I've heard of him.
Oh, we'll have to look him up. I don't know who he is. So unless Mia can tell us where he's from. Is he from one of the Turkish clubs or a German club? Or I'm completely wrong. It's an international break makes for random chat. I love it, says your mother.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We wouldn't be able to talk about
that like button. It's free of charge.
Smash it. We got to 40 likes the other day on a video, guys. That is a new record on Talking Ball.
Excellent.
And Jose and I truly appreciate it. If we could hit something close to that today,
phone.
Boom.
Fantastic.
I appreciate you.
You've got Dragon D's Nuts says the Purge films are pretty good too. Here we go. Someone. Dario Argento was the Don of Giallo. Not seen many, but I have some.
I've only seen Suspiria, but super, super good.
Your mum says, hell, I jump all the time when people just walk up to me. I'm not expecting.
When you walk into her office, I used to go to college where she worked. When you walk into her office, you have to like stomp in there, or else you gotta be like, I'm walking into your office now, or else she gets scared. So yeah,
imagine me and Julie watching a film.
That sounds so funny. Oh my god, I would pay to see that. Both just have a camera on you and like sync it up.
Imagine if they both went to the cinema together and watch a horror.
We'll do it. We'll do it when we get there. Oh my god.
The whole of the crowd in the cinema. They'll make everyone in the cinema jump, wouldn't they?
They would. That's a really good idea. That's a great idea.
Best idea is
Colin, if I go to the cinema to watch a horror movie, I put my hand over my mouth. I swear to God.
You just go,
because I will scream and I don't want everyone to think I'm a pussy.
Don't want them to know. I was going to say, just keep it a secret.
Got 3 of them in the house already, so.
Exactly.
Right. Good afternoon, Nita R.
Hey, Nita.
I hope you're all well.
Hey, I hope you're well.
Mia says that striker is German.
Oh, cool. Oh. I thought she was saying no Germans. I was like,
Nita
wow.
To the wedded couple. Now your mum says she hates horror films.
She does. But that doesn't mean we can't get her to watch them.
Adrian!
Yo, Adrian.
It's the
What's
stroke
up, buddy?
It's the knowledge.
It's the historian himself. Adrian
And then you have
Stroka.
Mia Santos. He scored 13 goals already and he plays for Stuttgart.
Maybe that Harry Kane guy can put in a good word.
I might have to have a look because I didn't know. I've not looked. So Grissery's who I need to look up next.
Yeah, thank you, Mia, for the little bit of inside knowledge there too. I don't know if you said we have been linked or we should be linked, but hopefully
she says we are linked. She said
yes, awesome, that's wonderful. All right, guys. Well, I think it's about time for the game show. These are all Jose's, by the way, so no one get mad at me for this. This is not my fault. And
these are kind of different though. Is what I've done this time around, just to let the viewers know. I just done a kind of different one. I didn't try to make them as hard as possible this time around.
Cool. Well, I'm excited still to see what you have. And this is again, okay. I won't spoil it, but this is the internet's favorite Tottenham game show. I just gotta plug that every time. There is not one on the internet that anyone likes better so far, but Kate and Jim have one that's coming up. Here we go. In 3, 2. Hey, everybody. I see we have 23 people who have tuned in at the perfect time. It's Keeper West Ham, the internet's favorite Tottenham game show. Smithy Smith, what is up, Smithy? Good to have you here, my man. Good to have you here, and glad you're here for the game. It's gonna be a fun one.
Colin,
yes.
every time I see that clip, all that goes in my head is 70s porn.
Hey, I was going for 70s game show, but I mean, porn works if it brings about that type of, if it invokes that kind of sexual feeling. You know, what can I do?
Your mum loves the trash bins in the video.
They didn't smell good. I'll be honest about that.
And Wayne Bonner says, "Bloody love that intro video." I think everybody does. To be honest,
the best thing about my channel.
I like it.
If I had to pick one part of my channel to only have, it would be that. Just on repeat. I'll just play it.
Here we go. Look.
I thought about going back. I actually have seriously thought about going back to just the stash. I was going to do it to celebrate 300 subs, but then I thought it's about winter time. It's going to be cold. I don't want to have a cold face, so I kept it. But I do need to trim it. I look a little homeless at the moment, so I do need to get it trimmed. But I'm just completing that Indiana boy look with my cap and my beard. So now I just need a big old pickup truck and I'd be good to go. No pickup truck, so I don't have one. Just so you guys know, I drive that little Chevy that you saw in the video. But guys, it is Keeper West Ham time, and I hope you're ready for some. Like I said, these are all Jose, and I don't know if you've got a certain order you wanted them in, but I don't care.
There we go. We've got Robbie from Lily White Lane. Hi, Robbie.
Hey, what is up? Big up. Big up. I don't know if I've seen you in here. Thanks for.
I posted it all everywhere. Your link today. I posted it everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We appreciate you. And anybody, hey, if you're tuning in and you haven't subscribed yet, consider it. It doesn't cost any money. You don't even have to watch the videos. Just subscribe.
It's worth subscribing just for that last video.
Hey, and you heard the man. You heard the man, and I think he's a very smart guy. And he knows what he's talking about, as evidenced by his talk on last week's Wedded Bliss. But we'll get back to that in a moment. Guys, here's the first one. We've got Mickey Hazard versus Gary Brook.
Who's the other one?
Gary Brook.
Right. Oh, that's exactly what I thought as well.
They both played at the same time. They were both understudies and learnt from Glenn Hoddle.
Okay. So I know.
They're both central midfielders. One had a cultured left foot. And
Mickey Hazard.
Yeah, Mickey Hazard was one that had the cultured left foot, but they both played together. And they both
Mickey
were
Hazard,
understudies.
I'm a bit young for these.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, okay, Mickey Hazard. I spoke to you about him.
I know. I've spoke to Mickey Hazard many times, but he played 82-ish, and I was 4, so I'm a little bit young.
Adrian Circus saying keep Mickey Hazard. Adrian,
I'd keep Mickey Hazard.
Tell us a fact about the other guy though, Adrian. Just something about him that's memorable.
I've no idea who the other guy is at all. Not a chance. No idea. I was born in 78, so it's all a little bit too early for me.
Our opponents used to sing about Gary Brook. He's fat, he's round, he bounces off the ground. Gary Brook. No,
I love it. I did all the pictures I saw of him when I first looked him up. I was like, wait, this guy played for Spurs?
Yeah, he's a very good player. He was 2-footed. He played with both feet.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm the same as Julie. Hazard and Dragon. He's the only one I've heard of. I know who Mickey Hazard is. I've seen him play, but I've never heard of the other geezer. So
same. But
Jim was born in 62, so he probably knows him.
Almost legendary. He's Mark Cousins says about Mickey. Yeah, I would agree that seems to be the consensus.
And you've got Wayne Bonner saying Mickey Hazard all day long. Brook was a sub.
Super sub though, maybe Wayne, maybe.
They were both understudies to Hoddle. They couldn't get in the side because of Glenn Hoddle.
That he would keep most people out of the side. So that is
afternoon, Chris.
Hey, Chris Agenbar's here. Hey, big up, Chris. Good to see you, man. Chris is an OG. He's been here since 2 years ago.
Dragons D Nuts is going for Hazard because he's heard of him. Your mum says Mickey is the only one I've heard of. Adrian says Gary Brook had a vicious shot on him.
Boom! There, I knew Adrian would have a fact. That's awesome.
Great song. Look at that. We're all singers on this program.
We are. We're gonna need to get a record contract.
Mickey Hazard is Spurs through and through. I follow him on Facebook. I've got Mickey Hazard on Twitter.
I got him on Twitter. He's a cool
He's
guy.
the loveliest man. I spoke to him last year, and he recorded a message for Jim for his 60th birthday. Just done him a big video message, didn't he, Jim? It was such a lovely message.
Well.
Really top guy. I'm hoping to have him on my show soon.
Whoa! Let everybody know. But if you do that beforehand, let us all get like a line where we can come in and all say hi for like 1 second, and then the next person can come on. So that
I've got Paul Stewart coming on next month. So
I'm gonna have to make some connections while I'm there. When I make my trip, I'm gonna just network. I'm gonna give out my cards. I'm gonna say, "Hey, talking ball." Me and Jose, we do a show. Actually, Jose, shoot, you're in London all the time.
I'm not in London. I mean, when I go to work,
you travel there for work, right?
I go straight through.
Dang it.
I go straight through London to go further up.
Dang it. We'll figure this out. But guys, so I think it's pretty much...
Gary Brook had a nickname Bomber Brook because of his odd shot.
Sweet. Hey, sounds kind of like, he sounds like to me is a bit like Huddleston, Tom Huddleston. It's not super mobile, cannon of a shot, cannon of a foot. I don't know.
In the era Gary Brook played, it was them leather balls, weren't it? That when it was on muddy pitches and that, the balls got even heavier and heavier. So to put your foot through a ball like that, it was different. No
wonder he was such a large specimen. He needed all that power.
I'm a little bit pissed off that Jose thought I was old enough to remember all these people.
No, I never said that. I said that I picked some.
Yeah. Don't try and fall your way out of it now.
I said it at the very start. I said I've picked some that are not difficult. I didn't think they were that difficult. Some might be, but I just picked ones where I tried to measure player against player. Apart from one of them, I think that I did because I did these last night. So off the top of my head, I did them last night.
Who are you picking, Jim?
Hazard. All day long.
That seems
I've got to be honest.
But I've learned a bit about
Gary Brook, but nothing sticks out with me.
This is the thinnest he looked in any of the pictures I could find. So this is the one I picked just to try.
Nothing sticks out in my mind with him.
He was a pretty big man.
When I saw him, I didn't even recognize him. But Hazard, with his big hair,
So you got Wayne Bonner. Wayne Bonner says that Brooke was a good player, just the wrong time, unfortunately.
He looks like somebody's little brother or something. Him and Skip have that thing where I can't tell if they're 20 or if they're like 40. He doesn't look so bad here, but if you Google him, like I said, I picked the most flattering picture I could find. But Hazard all day long too for Chris Peters.
All
Chris
day
Peters,
long, yeah.
big up. Hopefully
Hazard
the pub was fun today, Chris. Chris goes to the pub with his son on Saturdays. Hopefully you guys had a nice father-son time, Chris. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you, Jim, but
No, sorry, that was my fault.
No,
Hazard was Spurs through and through then, and he's still through and through now.
Yeah. And then you got Wayne Bonner says, I was born in 73, so he has no excuses to remember Gary Brooke.
I think he's saying no excuses. So he said wrong time earlier, and he said he was born in 73,
okay.
so no excuses.
Sorry,
yeah, so you should have made that Spurs team, Wayne. You missed the boat, Wayne. I'm not going to forgive you. You could have helped us a lot. But yeah, no, Wayne, I don't know. Is there history here? I thought you were making that up. Chris Peters now has me thinking maybe there was a trial or something. Let us know.
A lady never gives her age. A lady never does.
Well, you're lucky there because Kate's not a lady.
No, people are putting their ages in the comments, and I'm just like, no.
I've got to say, Jim, you're actually older than Colin's mum.
She's
it's not how old you are; it's how you're as old as the lady you feel.
Exactly, 100%. My mom's a bigger kid than me. She probably has got more energy than me too. And when Brooke played, the opposition would close him down to prevent him from shooting from range. That says something about you. If other teams had to specifically plan to, you guys might have heard a truck just went by, one of those big Indiana trucks I was talking about.
People talking, like girls talking.
Hi, Danny.
Oh, hi.
What's that noise? Is it a telly or something? I can hear girls keep talking.
Jose's got a house full of people, I think. He's got a big old family. I love it. But okay. Daniel E says big up you, Daniel E. Good to have you in the house tonight, man.
My man,
you are a good dude, and it's always a pleasure to have you here. I hope that you're doing well, kicking ass at whatever you are up to today, my man. But yeah, so you guys, we're gonna move on to the second one here. Maybe this one will be a bit more of a challenge for people. I can't pronounce this guy's name, so Jose, we will need you. Here are these two fellas.
Jika Popescu and Noradine Nibet.
See why I had trouble? Do you see why I had trouble here?
Oh my God.
Popescu. And Nabet. Is this one hard for you guys? Is this one harder for you folks?
I do remember them, but I don't remember either of them being very good.
No, nor do I. Maybe Jose can put us right.
Maybe that's why he picked these. Was that your thing, Jose? Did you purposefully pick players that weren't very good?
Jika Popescu was a top quality player that we bought after the 1994 World Cup. We bought him along with Ili Dumitrescu. So he played under Ozzy Ardiles in the famous, when we had the famous attack of Barnby, Sheringham, Klinsmann, Dumitrescu, and all that.
Yeah, I remember Popescu more than the other geezer.
Popescu was a top centre half when he came to us. He only played one season.
I was going to say he wasn't there very long.
No, he only played one season. And then we also, and he left us and went to Barcelona. Barcelona bought him off us after one season. We made a profit on him. And Noradine Nibet is a Moroccan centre half who played for top clubs before he came to Tottenham. We bought him from Deportivo de La Coruña, which is my team in Spain, and we bought him. Must have been in 2000, probably between 2000 and 2005 or 6. We bought Noradine Nibet, and again, I think he only played one season for us. He was a good centre half, steady Eddie type thing, who'd been about and played football.
Maybe a bit past
2004, he joined Tottenham, Nibet.
Oh, it's not bad. I said between 2000 and 2005 because I know
we moved up here, Kate, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the year we moved up here.
Yeah, because I know he come from my club, so from Deportivo in Spain.
Yeah, mine would be Popescu because I remember him better and I remember he was decent. So the other geezer, I just got a feeling that I just never really liked him.
Oops, sorry, I accidentally was fighting you.
I'll go for Pesco as well. But do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I can't remember a lot about either one of them. It's because they're here for a short time.
Yeah.
And because we're getting old, Jim. That's what
the
it is.
memory starts to go. No, I'm just playing with you guys.
You've got
guys
that
20
Sorry,
odd years ago. No, I was just going to say 20 odd years ago. Like, it's just madness.
Time is weird.
Like
I feel
yesterday.
exactly. I definitely don't feel like it's been that long.
You've got Daniel E saying, I finally agreed with Jim on something yesterday. Big up, Jim, mate.
What's that?
What was that?
Yeah, let us know what you agreed on.
And then you got, to let us know in the chat what you agreed on. Dragon's D Nuts going Popescu. Adrian Sager says Gico Popescu was a quality player. Oldie Artisan is saying
amazing.
He was a top quality centre off. He was a really good ball playing centre off. And after one season, Barcelona came in for him and took him off us, and we made a profit on him.
I mean, that's a good sign. They don't usually go in for shit players. So
Popescu.
I don't remember him well because I wasn't here very long. That's why I don't remember. I remember Popescu, but I don't remember the other guy at all.
Maybe I remember. I know the name at least.
And then you've got Shane. We only had him for one season. Popescu was superb. That goal on January 2nd against the Scum at home.
The fact that you remember that makes me so happy, Wayne. I know you and Adrian are gonna have to battle for who's gonna be the historian of the team. No, Adrian's got the title. I'm sorry, Wayne.
And you got Dumitrescu was a baller. Just had a few demons.
Don't we all though? Don't we all have a few
demons?
Says
we got Nuruddin Naibet after Mido had left, but they both played different positions. Mido. And I'm shameless. The reason why I pick him is that he scored Galatasaray winning penalty against Arsenal in the UEFA Cup final.
Yes,
that's a good reason.
It is.
I agree with you there, Daniel.
At all.
There's two things we agree on.
Boom.
And then you've got the Sheriff.
Yes,
both B-Tech Gary Mabbotts then.
Hey, I mean that's better than a lot of people could say. I'm probably like an E-Tech Gary Mabbott. So
Audio Artisan says Ledley King speaks highly of Naibet. They both played together at centre backs for Tottenham. They were both in the same team.
Mido.
And then you've got Wembon, and Naibet was a solid hand and helped our younger defenders. Daniel E agreed with you yesterday, Jim, about Kulu.
Oh, what did you say about Kulu yesterday?
Yeah, you wasn't on the stream yesterday. Oh, what, in chat? Did you say something last night? What did you say?
I said that he's underrated for sure by a lot of fans.
Agree.
100%. Sometimes I hear people talk about him, and I'm wondering, it's not the same guy.
Yeah, I agree completely. He's got a role that he plays in the squad. It's not.
I put it in the chat yesterday. I don't know what show it was. It was last night when it was a show, and Kate, you were on it.
Yeah.
And I was talking about you was talking about Neto, weren't you again?
Correct.
And I put a comment in there, and my comment was that with both of them, Neto for me on the eye looks really pleasing and looks superb on the eye. But when you look at his end product and you look at the stats about his end product, he's got no end product. He's not got the assists and he ain't got the goals. But
he's been injured ever such a lot. You've got to give him that. He's been injured a lot more than Kulu has, Neto.
But with Kulu, Kulu doesn't look pleasing on the eye, but Kulu's got an end product which people fail to see because he's not pleasing on the eye. And that's what I put in the comments yesterday.
No, he agrees with you that we've seen Kulu play as a second striker for Sweden and could believe he could play there. That's what. Not that he's underrated. So there.
Well, we was talking about that.
No, he doesn't agree with you there.
He is a bit
he's
underrated.
Team K.
He's got a role in the team and he plays it well.
Kulu it can be very versatile. Right? Oh God.
Nita says Popescu was a hard one to spell. I just copied it. Mia says Jim's right.
Jim is right.
Mum loves the ginger from Sweden.
We're partial to gingers.
Mia's got justice for Kulu. Sorry, justice for Kulu. Daniel E has come in with the comment. Jim, me and you are in agreement about it, mate. We both have seen Cooley play the second striker as well for Sweden. We both believe he could play there for us, mate.
I do, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he'd be better than him on the wing because he's crap on the wing.
He's not crap on the wing, Kate.
He's not joking. Look at the bite. Look.
Jose, you know what, right? When I watch a Spurs game, I always watch it again, and then I normally watch them 3 times.
Yeah.
Kulu, I don't understand what people see with this guy. I mean, he's a hard worker.
Hey,
right?
He's resting really quick. Be right back. 2 seconds.
When we played Liverpool, they were absolutely shit scared of him. Every time he got the ball, there were 2 or 3 people on him. They're not on him because they think he's shit. They're on him because they're scared of him. You know, he's a hard worker, brings other people into play. How many times does he give a ball away in a match? You can count them on one hand.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. As I said, I think I said this after the Liverpool game. I said this at the weekend as well against Luton, the last game, and I say it all the time. He's not pleasing on the eye, but God, is he a team player?
Of course he is.
He works so hard for the team. It's just unbelievable. And you need people. And the one thing we've got is we've got to admit we've got a team that does play for each other. It's not just Kulu. Everyone in their own way puts in an effort and puts a shift in to help.
They put a proper shift in.
Yeah, and that's good for us to see as supporters, because as supporters, that's what you want. If you lose, you lose. As long as you can see that the boys have given it their all, you know, you can wear a loss because they've given their all. But when you've got people that just stay on the pitch and don't give a toss, then that's when it gets a bit grating on people. Do you know what I mean? So,
well, I'll tell you something. We're a worse team without Kulu.
But he's played every game this season so far, so we can't tell yet. But I know where you're going from.
He's only played every game this season because there's no one to step in his shoes.
Hey, you take him out of the team and you lose something.
Yeah, you lose Kulu, and then we put Brendan Johnson there, and it's better.
You know what? This ain't wedding bliss, so I won't get into it. Now you talking absolute load of
Kulu, and then we put Brendan Johnson there, and it's better. What's that echo?
That was you again.
Yeah. You can't help it, you know, it just echoes around the house.
Yeah, I'll let Daniel E. Still Team Kate.
I've got this on my iMac and on my laptop, so I can play anytime you say so. I can just put the other one because the other was on the lag.
Oh no, I hate my voice.
Right, so Mia says, "Stay away from the stairs, Jim. Save Jim." Who else we got? And everyone is talking to each other, and then you've got Daniel saying, "You saw the Luton game when we went down to 10 men, just how much of a team player Kulu was."
Get in there, Daniel. And
Lee Smith says Kulu's underrated and doubles on Kate. So I think Lee Smith is in your corner.
No, he's not. He's in Jim's corner. He's saying the doubles on.
The doubles on Kate. Sorry, yeah, I'm reading it wrong. Sorry.
Another deluded.
The double is on. Okay, so real quick, I'm trying to decide who we're going to go with for the last one because we have one here.
And I've forgotten who it was. I'll give you now, so it doesn't matter because I've forgotten.
Probably someone from the 1950s.
I think I'm gonna sneak in.
I'm gonna look at my phone.
I'm gonna sneak a different one in.
No, hold on, let me just check my phone. I want to see who it was.
We can have all three, and then we'll do a special one after that, a third secret one that even you don't know about, Jose. But right. I've got them in.
Oh no, the last one's got to be done surely because they're both.
Here we go.
Jose Dominguez.
Yeah.
And Ili Dumitrescu.
Yeah. I didn't recognise them, but I do now.
Yeah, I couldn't find good pictures of them either. It was tough. All right.
So Jose Dominguez came to us as the new thing, the new slice. We've had a couple of Portuguese strikers that have come to us that are new, the best thing since sliced bread. We had the similar with Helder Postiga coming to us, and we also had similar with Dominguez. Jose Dominguez played out wide, left-footed player, but always played out wide for us, and as a second striker. And Ili Dumitrescu was just, he was an attacking midfielder for me, but when we played under Oddy, he was a part of the front five.
Oh, I
Do you
don't
remember
remember.
him,
Yeah, but I don't remember the first guy, Dominguez, being quite so sexual. He looks lovely in that picture.
That's
that
exactly
hair,
how he looked.
that is a
Oh my
haircut of
God.
times gone by.
Yeah, the curtains. I'm just going
Yeah.
to pick him purely for the haircut. I don't know what. I can't remember. I know I think he got a few goals for Spurs, but I know Dimitrescu looks like he's probably the better player. But I like the haircut and that face and that chiseled chin. So I'm going for Dominguez.
Dominguez.
Shamelessly.
I like it though. I like the answer. The honesty is important. We're an honest bunch here. That's our thing. You know, where we're
What about you, Jim?
we're honest.
Colin? She's such a slut.
Hey, we're not judging anybody here today. That's the thing too. We're open. We accept
She's my
everyone.
wife. I can judge her.
Hey, that's if anybody can, it's you. So
Exactly.
that is a fact.
Who are you going for, Jim?
Yeah, Jim, you got one on this?
I'm going for Jose.
Dominguez.
Yeah.
Dominguez.
Yeah.
Do you fancy him too?
No. Do you know what? I remember more about him. I remember more about him than.
So all the artisans saying Dominguez barely played. Dimitrescu was mustard. Colin Peters, Dimitrescu for me. Wayne Bonner, Dominguez, the potential was there and he was good. Dimitrescu didn't really fit well for me.
Yeah.
Colin, how long was they at the club? Jose, how long was they at the club for?
Oh, he does look like Brad Pitt. Oh my God, he's sexual.
I don't know. Dominguez was a pre-2000, so Dimitrescu would have been there in 94, 95 probably. I'd say probably 97 maybe.
Yeah.
Dominguez was there shortly after, but Dominguez, I don't know.
Dimitrescu was there. If I'm thinking right, at least 2 seasons.
Dimitrescu probably had 1 to 2. Didn't have more than 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And I think similarly, Dominguez probably had a couple of seasons, if that as well. So Dragons D Nuts is saying he looks like Brad Pitt.
He does.
Nita are saying that she met him and his family.
Oh, cool. Good people, I'm guessing. That's good.
God, you can tell who the women are in this. Look at this
Beast,
sexy beast Dominguez.
Oh, he's absolutely beautiful.
I'd kiss him, I guess. Right.
I'd do more than kiss him.
Whoa.
Chris says pony on the shirt doesn't look good. Oh, here we go. Wayne Bonner says, yeah, we got him in the 97-98 season.
Okay. No slut shaming.
Mum saying no slut shaming.
100%. Not around these parts.
I was only 5 years old, Daniel, he says, when Dimmy played for us. Jose Dominguez was playing in the game when I was mascot. He was so quick, but his end product was garbage, though.
All right.
Yeah, but he looks nice.
Chris Peters saying Kate loves a tongue lull.
Oh no, not him, not the other geezer. I thought he's not attractive.
Sonny's wife, is the player on the left a movie star? I have seen similar delinquent students in American teen movies.
He does look like he would have on like a denim jacket. He might be a rollerblader, like he might be like an inline skater.
She does say it was just a joke.
No, we know you're just joking.
The sheriff says can't remember either of these. Probably pissed in the pub.
Hey, that's a good. Would you trade them? Would you trade those moments pissed in the pub to remember these two guys? Probably not. So.
Adrian says that Dominguez was like a spinning top on the pitch. Daniel D is saying that we had Dominguez for 2 years.
Yeah.
Nita's saying 3 seasons from 97.
Oh, cool.
Dominguez left in 2000.
That adds up. It adds up.
Where would you kiss Kate?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not getting myself in any more trouble.
Okay.
You can't get yourself in trouble, darling. You be free with your speech.
Oh, well, I'd kiss him anywhere he likes. But not now. He's not as attractive now. Just looked him up.
Okay. Nita R said his wife was stunning. Dimitrescu, Wayne Bonner saying was with us from 94 to 96. Under our dealers, maybe, but wrong manager with Francis.
Okay.
And then we've got Aldi Artisan. Dominguez is who Alan Sugar is talking about when he says Carlos Kickaballs.
Oh, okay. Interesting. No, that's
and
cool.
then Wayne Bonner says, I think we paid 2.5 for Dominguez or thereabouts.
Was that at the time? Was that like a shitload of money, or was that just like a normal transfer fee?
It wouldn't have been loads because how much did? So we're talking 1997 now. How much did Alan Shearer get a Blackburn for? Was it 15 million in 94, 90, whatever it's been, the year before they won the league in 94, 95? He went for 15 million. So 2.5 million 2 years after that. It wouldn't have been loads and loads of money. It still would have been a sizable amount of money, I think, but not. It wouldn't have been loads and loads.
Okay,
15 million for Shearer was mega money then.
Yeah, that was in 94, 95.
It says on my Google in 1992, Shearer was transferred to Blackburn for 3 million.
Was it?
That's what it says on my Google.
Who did he go to 15 for then?
Must have been to Newcastle.
And when did he go to Newcastle, Kate?
It said, to Newcastle from Blackburn was 15 million, and it was in 96.
Okay, so a year before we bought Dominguez, 15 million was the going rate for Shearer. Although there was bigger fees around the world than that, but 15 million for Shearer the year before. So we've paid 2.5 million for him. Like I said, he's another. For me, I remember him coming out of Portugal, and in the same with Helder Postiga, these players that are meant to be the greatest things and didn't turn out to be much for us.
Yeah. We've had quite a few of those. You know what I mean? With Dos Santos.
Dimitrescu reminds me of meat in Porky's.
I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Porky's the film, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it at least one time, but I don't know if I remember that character.
I mean, I think it's still, till this day, Dominguez is the smallest player ever to play in the Premier League.
And then Chris Peters asks in the next comment too, smaller than Aaron Lennon.
Oh yeah, so yes.
So that'd be good to know. We could look it up. I can Google it. But yeah, Wayne Bonner sent us with the stats. We were right there. By the way, it appears that we have lost a sub, but no matter. I just want to say, if you were here and then you left, goodbye, and we don't need you on this channel.
Someone unsubbed.
So yeah, but I mean,
the smallest player to ever play the Premier League was Andy Ducros.
I've never even heard of him. I love names like that though. Andy Ducros.
He played for Coventry, and he was only 5'4".
Hopefully, he was a winger. He do cross it. He do cross.
That's what we need. Kulu Ducros.
There we go. Exactly. I wish. God, that would make him like the complete package.
Aaron Lennon was smaller than Dominguez. He was 5'5". Aaron Lennon. I loved him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dominguez didn't look that tall. If I remember, he didn't look that tall either. So
Aaron Lennon was one of the players that really drew me into the club.
That was my son's favourite player when he was little, and he called his first ever teddy bear Lennon after Aaron Lennon.
Awesome.
Oh,
I shaved my eyebrow like him. So I did that. So that's my claim to fame. I played in a soccer tournament with the Aaron Lennon eyebrow. Nobody understood who I was going for, but that's okay.
I think the teddy was actually bigger than Aaron Lennon.
Oh, my cats are fighting. Which cat is going to win? My cats Grizm.com are fighting. Place your bets, everybody. Which cat will win the fight? Grizz is bigger, but .com is meaner. Get your votes in. Grizz versus .com.
Grizz.
But all right. Boom. Yeah, he's going to use that.
Well, they weren't so savage, them ones, Jose. The ones some of the ones you've done have been so hard.
Yeah, as I said, I said it straight away. I said that this weren't going to be a difficult one. I just thought about players last night because at the end of the day, Colin's done before I started putting players forward. Colin's done quite a few as well. So it's trying to get players that haven't been done before. I mean, I had some thoughts about pairing some players that Colin's probably done before, but pairing them with different people. But then I thought to myself, well, then we're regurgitating the players. So I just.
Well, I have one or two that I've done that I just want to put up for a second. These are some
Phil
P. Woo!
Woo!
Okay, so here's a tough one, I think. I want to put up real quick.
Oh, that's better.
Oh,
my
God.
God.
This is an
That's
old
savage.
This is an old one I made. You can tell by the graphic, but yeah.
Oh,
this is
my
one I
God.
made and saved. Gareth Bale versus Jurgen Klinsmann.
Oh, my
Both
God.
big time stars at Spurs, you know.
I'm going to be controversial here.
Klinsmann.
I know you're going to say, Jim.
What's Jim?
Do you want me
What do you
to
got,
go?
Jim? Yeah, you're first, buddy.
I'm going to pick Klinsmann.
Yeah.
Did you know I was going to say Klinsmann?
When you said controversial, I thought,
I'm going to pick Klinsmann. I tell you why I'm going to pick Klinsmann, because he came to the club when the club really needed a lift.
Yeah.
And I think he come to the club and he gave everyone a massive lift. And he was just sensational. And I remember going to games when he played, and the place was rocking.
Yeah, I believe it. And I heard we've heard the story recently about how he kind of rolled up at the club, sort of out of nowhere. The internet wasn't, the thing it is today. So it was
he's convertible Beetle.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that, Jose?
He turned up in his convertible Beetle on the 4th of August, 1995. Or 94. He turned up in a Volkswagen Beetle, parked his car, he had a rucksack on his back, and that's the first time we saw him at Tottenham.
I bet that was quite a time. I can't imagine the excitement around the place. If we thought it was exciting whenever Van der Vaart came, I bet that was even bigger of a deal.
So Kate, who are you keeping? And I'm only saying because the chat has blown up on comments, so we'll see what Kate's got to say as well.
Mine's got to be Bale. I don't think any players got me as excited watching him play as Gareth Bale. You just never knew what he was going to do. He was so good. It's just exceptionally good. And just, the memories I've got of watching Bale play. It's got to be Bale for me. He's pure moistness.
Got you out of your seat, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Every time you had the ball, you were like, all right, well, there's a 50% chance. So that's going in the back of the net right now.
Colin, what about you?
Bale. It has to be Bale. Because for when I wasn't around for Klinsmann, you know what I mean? All I know him is from his time like with the U.S. men's national team and listening to him as a pundit sounds stupid. So I think that, Bale, of course, Bale was a huge deal, raised the profile of our club. I don't know. He sort of set the club in motion. We're on a journey now, the club, that I sort of feel like he started. He left. We got all that money. We bought a whole new bunch of players. We're seeing the rest of them, them kind of finally leave, all of them now, the players who were around then. But I don't know. It altered our history. I think maybe good, maybe bad, but Bale for sure I would keep. He was just so good, and I still think he would play in this team today.
Obviously, because I'm older than you, Colin. Sorry, Kate, because I'm older than you, right? I'm gonna go Klinsmann, and I'm going Klinsmann because he bailed us out twice. See how I've kept them both there, he bailed us out twice. He came to us, and he raised our profile. People could not believe that we had signed Klinsmann.
Yeah.
It's the same. Do you know what it reminds me of, Jimmy, when we signed Van der Vaart as well? Because people didn't think that we'd get a Van der Vaart from who was at top. He was at his prime, and we got him from Real Madrid, and people couldn't believe that we'd got Van der Vaart either. So for them two, and if I go back further, people couldn't believe that we got our dealers and bloody Ricky Villa after the World Cup in '78. So they're the game changers that raised our profile for me. When people were like, 100%. "What, Tottenham? Wow!" Do you know what I mean? So. But yeah, he's bailed us out twice. So that means I've got both players in somehow. And
I'm the same as you, Jose. I went for him because I'm older. And I just remember when he came to the club, it brought a whole new feel to the club. And the place used to rock when he scored and done his dive. And Adrian just put in chat that his partnership with Sheringham was just fantastic.
Yeah.
The chat did go nuts.
Yeah, you got Phil going, woo, then you got your mum says Bale. Phil P says it's the devil's choice. Drula says Bale. Artisan says Bale. Dragon D's Nuts is going for Bale. Sonny's wife says Bale. Dragons D says Bale again. We have a Wayne Bonner's Klinsmann.
Outlier. Nice. Love it. Yes.
Phil P's gone for Jurgen, but he loves Bale.
Who doesn't? Right.
Your mum loves both. Chris Peters Bale just because of the Milan hat trick. Loved both nearly as much as Phil P from Mark Cousins.
Oh. Wait, does he mean he loves Phil P more than he loves those guys? I think
Dry roasted peanuts. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up, Dry Roast Peanut? Big up. Good to have you here.
Pick Klinsmann if he keeps Son on the bench.
Thing is, Jose, it's what you said. I think if the younger generation, all of them are going to pick Bale because he's just a legend of the club.
Yeah,
but so I remember Klinsmann as well. He was immense.
Yeah, but I'm talking younger generation, darling.
Oh, do you know what? You're vile. You can get your own dinner today, you pig. I'll still always be younger than you.
Oh, the next episode of Wedded Bliss is gonna be wild.
It's gonna be called Divorce Papers.
Live stream the.
So we've got Sonny's wife saying if Klinsmann hadn't come to coach Korea, I would have chosen him.
I love that. That's hilarious.
And then you got Wayne Bonner saying Sheringham or Klinsmann.
Oh, see, we got to save that one for later. We're gonna have to save that one.
And Daniel Lee says no, Kate. It's saying where I've looked that Dominguez is only 5'4" apparently.
Yeah, so he's right. So he's the same height as the shortest player. So yeah, but he wasn't in the list that I looked. So.
And then we've got Adrian saying you're quite right. Adrian said that the partnership between Klinsmann and Sheringham was awesome. Nita R. I ain't going there. Can't choose. Both of them and their goal scoring used to take my breath away.
Boom. Big love. I love when people have a hard time choosing. Is my favorite.
Bonner says we only paid $2 million for Klinsmann in '94. That assist and goal in the FA Cup quarter final at Anfield. And then Chris Peters is saying killed Maicon, which is obviously Bale.
Yes, he did. Taxi from Maicon. 100%.
And then you have Nita. I agree with you, Kate, but I can't choose. Taxi from Maicon.
I'm getting worried. Kate's gone offline. I'm wondering she's going to come and hit me. Oh, she is.
See back again.
I wouldn't do it on camera. I'll wait till later.
She's smart. She's a smart lady.
Your mum says Klinsmann was a god for the US team. Nita's saying that she can't choose their goals. All the artisan Klinsmann bowed on us twice, lol.
Yeah.
Levy said, I have a perfect present for you, Van der Vaart.
Can we have a few more? Do you have any more, sir? Can we please have some more presents?
And then we've got people saying, love Van der Vaart. Mia's going for Bale. Lee Smith is...
Bale one, isn't he?
He was refusing to pick. Sorry, Danny's refusing to pick. Lee Smith's gone for Bale.
Boom.
Yeah,
I knew that one would stir people up, so I thought.
Yeah, what Chris Peters says: 21 watching is only 18 likes. One more people, it's free. Yeah,
come on, guys.
Come
on, hit the like. You know you want.
Is the Wedded Bliss? Is the show Wedded Bliss or Wedded Miss? Is what Mum's saying.
Boom.
And then you've got Wayne Bonner. Wayne Bonner says, imagine Bale and Jurgen in their prime in the same team.
Yikes.
That would have been scary, I would have thought.
Yeah.
If they played together, that would have been scary. And Mark Cousins says, I was at Anfield when Klinsmann scored the winner.
Well, aren't you lucky, Mark? No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. I'm just jealous of you.
Have you in your little black book, got it in your little black book. Do you have another one? In your little black book?
I have tons of good ones here. Let me find another one that'll get the people going.
Another one from your little black book.
Let's see what the people want. What did the people want? I have two very classic tough ones here. And so I'll go with the one that will be tougher.
That's not tough. That's easy.
Yeah, for me it's easy and all.
Whoa. Well, if that one's not tough, what about this one? Prime Dele
Oh
versus
my God.
Prime Dembele.
That's savage.
There we go.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
savage.
I wanted to
Oh my
hurt people.
Christ.
So
Oh my Christ.
Prime Dele versus Prime Dembele.
Oh my Christ. That's awful.
And go. Yeah.
Dembele.
See, that's what I got to go with. But remember how much fun Dele was when he came, and how like
Dele was just so good to watch, and he scored so many brilliant goals. But Dembele was savage, and you just could not get the ball off of him. He was just magnificent at holding onto the ball. I just adored him. So yeah, but I love Dele as well. That's a really hard one.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one as well. Well, let's make Jose go. Jose's been just hanging behind, and I think he's been trying to dodge out of answering some of these.
Yeah, dodger.
For me, who am I keeping?
Yeah, who are you keeping?
I'm keeping both, but independently, I can have an argument for keeping both. But
Okay.
I can only keep one. They both did jobs that were needed at Tottenham at the time.
Yeah.
So Dembele, he stabled the ship, didn't he? And he brought that toughness into the midfield where other players, including Dele, could then go and just play their game because you knew that he'd shore up shop. So he brought that to us, and he brought that defensive stability that we needed, where we could even send our right and left back up, and he'd be sitting in between the two centre halves and holding the team together. But then equally, when Dele came along, I mean, I think Dele surprised a lot of people because he got there. He got to where he got to far quicker than what anyone thought when they brought him in. I don't think when they paid $5 million for him from MK Dons and then loaned him out to MK Dons for the rest of that season when we bought him, if they knew that he was going to hit the ground running like he did the following season in our first season, we wouldn't have lent him out for the remainder of the season. Yeah. MK Dons, but when he came to us, and it's from his first game, he scored that goal, which is that tackle at the far post. As soon as he hit the ground running, Dele scored so many goals for us, and he scored some goals in some big games. Yeah. I mean, he did. He scored goals in big games, so therefore, his rise to prominence was equally as important as Dembele's was for us as well. But if I had to choose one, I'm going to have to side with who people will say. If you speak to all the players that played with them both, the people are going to turn around, and I'm going to have to agree and say it's got to be Dembele.
Yeah,
right. It is tough. You made it. You pretty much made all my points. Jim,
I'm going to go with Dele.
Oh, going against the grain. I love it.
You know what? Dembele, I used to sit there and watch him. I used to say to Kate, I'm sure he's got super glue on his foot and the ball's just stuck to it. Yeah. Because it just seemed like it was never away from his foot. And he used to go past people like he used to just breeze past people, and they just couldn't get the ball off him. But I'm going to go Dele for one reason. See if any of you can guess the reason. He scored 2 goals.
Chelsea.
He scored 2 against Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea.
Oh yeah, of course.
I tell you what,
them goals.
He was just unplayable that game.
Yeah,
and that was the time when we didn't beat Chelsea.
Yeah, we never used to beat them. That's right.
They was just beating us game after game, and he just run that game. It was just like it was the Dele show. So
it was incredible. Yeah, no, he hated Chelsea. It seemed like
that gave me so much joy, Colin. That game.
I was at work that day, and I was listening to the match. Well, I actually had it playing on like a stream on my cell phone, and I was using. But anyway, I remember I was working at a pizza place, and I was chopping up peppers. And I just remember I couldn't believe it. Like I had to turn it off for a second during the first half, and I turned it back on for the second half, and I saw the score, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like no, absolutely no way. Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good argument for Dele, and I'm sure we got tons of people in the comments on this one too, Jose.
I'm going to go, yeah. So, right, so I'm going to go back to, we've got anyone who still hasn't clicked the like button will be constipated.
Love it. Sonny's wife, thank you.
And feel free to pick up your Patreon memberships, is Wayne Bonner's shout.
Absolutely. And it's only going to make the show better, guys.
Following on from Wayne Bonner's shout. Oh.
Boom.
So please join Wayne Bonner and Chris Peters by becoming channel Patreons to help keep the lights on. And there's the link, and it's been put there separately for people to hit. And then going back to the conversation we had in hand.
Constipated? You're going to be constipated?
Your mum saying Dembele all day long. Lee Smithy Smith has gone for Dele.
See?
Wayne Bonner's gone for Van der Vaart.
He's going back. He was going back to that first one I showed. I get it, Wayne.
Chris Peters says you're killing us.
I'm killing you. I'm killing you guys. That's the whole plan. I'm glad it's tough.
DDN is going for Dembele.
Oh, okay.
Wayne Bonner, Dembele.
Yeah.
Julala, Dembele's her favourite.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff is
Musa
Dembele. There we go. Right. Your mum says Dele was pure joy and shithousery.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian is going for Dembele. Audio Artisan, Dembele, pure class.
I get it.
Nita Rard, Dembele. Daniel Lee, Colin, why do that, mate? I'm from Milton Keynes. Just like Dele, but Musa is one of my favourite ever players. This is not fair.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to do it, but I get it, though. I get it 100%.
Chris Peters is telling you that he ain't choosing.
You ain't doing it, mate.
You Ali choose.
Ali was shithousery. Musa was purely a brick shithouse.
Boom. Love it.
Your mum's now saying Dembele was pure class.
Sounds like she's got splinters in her ass today. She's not picking one here.
You nicked my saying.
I did. I told you I was going to work it in the conversation. I just had to wait for it to, appear natural, normal.
Dele can't give up on him. Maha Hotspur says there is an eclipse today.
Cool. So everyone check that out.
Adrian's repeated it, saying Dembele's consistency.
Yeah.
Your mum's saying and he was brutal in the melee of the Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah.
Is this Dembele with the? Yeah.
There was a few of them that were brutal at the Battle of the Bridge, if I remember rightly. There's a few of them that put it on Chelsea.
I'm surprised there was no red card. I know that What's His Nuts has already said that he didn't give out any red cards on purpose, but that's bad officiating if that's the case. But man, some of those tackles were nuts, so crunching. I remember Dyer had a really crunching tackle at the end. I was sure he was getting sent off for it.
And then you've got Wayne Bonner saying, look at our midfield fell apart after Musa left.
Ericsson looked a lot worse.
Leo saying, not even hard by Dele.
Ooh, people forget. I think people forget how good Dele was.
Dembele equals Basuma, but both don't score enough, from Chris Peters.
All right.
Daniel Lee, I'm sorry, Musa. Please don't ever see this, though. I've got to go with my gut. Dele, Milton Keynes are so proud of him. I'm going Dele.
Boom.
Oh, I'm clipping that and sending it to Musa.
Jose, you get 10 out of 10 for deciphering that.
You did a good job. There was very little like bumps in the road. That was good. You did a good job. It was fluid. I liked it.
Mum says Mile High is too cloudy here to see the eclipse, and it's only 50% this time here. In April we have totality.
Ooh, you guys, I don't know how eclipses work. Is that just in our part of the world? Are you guys gonna get an eclipse too? I don't know. Have you guys heard about anything about that? Eclipse?
Nope.
It's probably parts of the world and different, I don't know, views of
It's only an eclipse in my house when I bend over. That's the only time there's an eclipse.
I'm saying it again. We have had some real great midfielders. Mark Cousins says this is the new Musa.
Hopefully, we're
got
hoping.
A long way to go.
Yeah, he's slightly different skill set too. I feel like he's got a better pass on him than Musa does, but he's not as good at holding the ball up.
Wayne Bonner says Dele came on as a sub in the first game of the 15-16 season and scored the opener against Leicester in a 1-1 draw. he had the spot from there on in. That's the goal that I said he scored right at the far post. He's gone running as a defender, gone running along the line, and he's just nicked it in and scored.
They did not know how to defend him when he first came in the league, and those late runs he was making. It was like he could just ghost in there because no one expected him to. I don't know why. It was incredible. I loved it, but it was scary how easily he could just drift in there. You know, that got harder for him as time went on. Same as how players kind of figured Kane out. You know what I mean? They've sort of figured out Dele a bit too, but still, he remained effective for a long time.
And Daniel Lee says that he scored 5 goals against Chelsea for us.
Boom.
Wayne Bonner, I watched the 3-1 win at Scunthorpe Bridge down my local, which is predominantly a Chelsea pub.
I'm sure they loved you in there. I'm sure they loved you.
And Mia says Dembele has to be, I think he was so important and class.
Oh,
my cat. She's legged it. Where has she gone?
Legged it. God, I wish I was British. I'm just going to start saying everything that you guys say, and then hopefully people will assume that I am British. Yeah. Love it. Love that expression.
And that is the chat. We've caught up with the chat.
You're the man. Everybody.
I think I'm not. Sorry, Colin. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, everybody give it up for Jose for being awesome and taking care of the chat. And
well, we made a promise. We promised all our viewers that we will read the comments. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's many channels that don't get. Okay, we haven't got like 1 million people on, but there's many channels that don't skip through comments. We like to read the comments because you're important. If we haven't got you here, then we're doing nothing. So we need your involvement.
100%.
The thing is, Jose, some of the comments are brilliant.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They help the show. I mean, we wouldn't have near as much to talk about. We wouldn't have near as much. And that's why we like to learn about you guys on the show as well, and the viewers and everybody. And so we got a special segment just for that.
That's Holly, that cat. She's Jim's cat, and she's a menace to society.
Right, Jim.
She's evil.
Exactly. What's so evil about her? What she do that's evil?
Everything. She just bit me while she was just sitting there. She spits at me all the time. She scratched all the paint off our brand new staircase. We've had it all painted black, and she scratched all the paint off.
Yeah,
she climbs on everything. Shut up. 5 minutes shush, I'm talking. She climbs on everything. She gets her toys out of the cupboard. She gets her treats. She'll get all her sachets of food and rip them open and eat them all. She's vile.
Sounds like a normal.
But I do love her.
I was gonna exactly.
She Colin, she opens the cupboards.
Yeah,
my cats get in there too. I'll be looking for one of my cats and I'll open him up and he's just nestled himself in there sleeping. I'm like, okay, bud, you go back to bed. I'll close the door. my cats run the house. It's their world and we're just living in it, you know. But you guys,
they're gonna have to change the name of that Rihanna record. Who runs the world? Cats.
100%. 100% though. Jose, you don't have any cats, right? Just the 2 pups.
Nah, no cats for me. I'm really sorry, but I'm not a cat person. I am pure dogs.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, no apologies necessary. I like dogs too.
We got 3 cats, 3 dogs. So it's all Ethan Stevens.
I can't have dogs in this apartment, or I totally would. But had dogs growing up my whole life. So yeah, man, I love me some doggos. And you have German Shepherds. There's my cousin. We're more like brothers. My whole family was super close. But my cousins had a German Shepherd, and his name was King. He was a good pup. So I love German Shepherds.
Well, I must say some of the cats or the pussies I've seen on these shows, they're bigger than my dogs.
Especially Ellie's.
My cats are really big too. If I can get one of them to come over here, I'll show you. But they're busy looking.
Ellie's got a massive pussy. Just saying.
Yeah.
You heard it here. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
Clip it and send it to Ellie.
Ellie wouldn't expect nothing less from Kate.
Hey, thank you guys for saying great show. Real quick though, I think that we should do another guest corner. I want to hear some more stuff from everybody in the chat and the wonderful folks with us today. But are you down? Are you down for a guest corner, Jose?
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were pressed for time.
For now. Cool, man.
Sweet.
I told you I was looking forward to the show because I was ill yesterday.
Yes, I'm happy to have. It's so much more fun with you here. I'll be totally honest. But here we go, guys. So this is a segment from Jose's channel that he has brought over to bless us with. Let me get that dumb banner out of the way. To bless us with, and it is called Guest Corner. And I'm taking away his show. So
You're not. You carry on now. You carry on.
I'm gonna do my best. Like I said, this is his stuff, so I want to do it justice here. But with Guest Corner, part of this is all like you guys learning about us learning about you guys in the chat, and Kate and Jim and our co-hosts, anybody we're sharing the screen or the chat with. It's all about kind of getting to know each other better and helping to create that big Spurs family that we were talking about earlier. And so Guest Corner is a time when everybody gets one and only just one thing that they can talk about that kind of molded them and their love for Spurs, or it can be a good thing. It can be like a bad bummer of a thing that you remember really well, but just a memory or a story, something about you and Spurs that's like special and is special to you. But everybody only gets one because we do this often, and we're trying to get a new thing from people every time. So, Jose, did I do a good job in my description?
You certainly did, sir. You certainly did.
Boom. Well, so everybody, welcome to Guest Corner. Let me put on some nice music while we enjoy. I'm gonna put on jazz because everyone kind of hates jazz, but I
love jazz.
Love it. Boom. So we'll get some jazz going here, guys, and we'll there we go. Okay. So I would like Jim to start. Jim,
I was going to come up and dance with Kate with this music.
We can dance for a while first.
You can leave the room. We can catch you on camera dancing, can't we?
That's so true. You guys could both be on one camera. That's an idea. And everybody in the chat, of course, folks, get your stories in. We love this.
I've got so many stories of Tottenham, but I'm going to give you one.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
It's quite funny, really, but it wasn't on the day when we played Man United and we were 3-0 up at half time, and I took a friend who was a Man United supporter, and he was sitting next to me in at half time. I'm never one for giving it to people, okay? I tell you that.
But
I don't give people a lot of stick. I keep my mouth shut because it always ends up biting you on the backside. But anyway, at half time, I just looked at him with a wry smile. We ended up losing 5-3. Oh my God. He was in my ear on the way to the car. So when we got to the car, I sat him in the car. I said, if you speak one word from now till we get home, as soon as you speak that word, I'm going to stop the car and put you out on the sidewalk and just leave you there. He never said another word. you know that is, didn't you, Kate?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Not much of a story, but it was amusing on the day.
It's good. No, it is good. And I love it's just like I said, it's little things that get us learning more about each other. And that's an important thing. And I think that
was a sad day.
Yeah, we was both there. We didn't know each other. And we were both in the ground at the same time, different stands. And it's just mad to think we were there.
It is crazy. Yeah. You could have walked past each other and you would have been like, oh, who's that hot chick? And
it was only a couple of games later that we met. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it was. Same season, I think.
Yeah. That's another story we have to tell you one day.
I sort of briefly told it, but I think one day you should tell it your way because you've probably got a better recollection of how you did everything.
I'm excited to hear. You did sort of tell us, but yeah, I'd like to hear Jim's rendition. But okay, so as for Spurs stories, I'm gonna make. First of all, I wanna see if we've got any in the chat yet.
Bobby K is here.
Bobby K is here. Everybody, big up to Bobby K. He's big up in people. He's big up in everyone.
One of my favourite people.
So big up to Bobby K. Real quick, I just wanted to answer Sonny's wife. So I will be having a membership on YouTube whenever I get the proper amount of subscribers. You have to have like, is it 500 or 1,000? K, something like that.
It's 1,000, but you can get it if you've got 500, but you've done 3,000 hours of footage. I've done 2,200 and something, so I'm still a fair way off, but I will get there.
Yeah. So one of these days, Sonny's wife, we will, and see you there. We'd love to have you as a YouTube member whenever that day gets here. Help us get all your friends to subscribe. That will help. Good call from Chris Peters. Yeah, definitely. We're on it. We're on our way there, everybody. But yeah, so Bobby K is here. Bobby, we'd love to hear your one Spurs story of the day. You've come in for guest corner. You know this segment, but it is your chance to tell your one Spurs story. So let's hear what you've got, everybody, and I'll think of one. Give me just half a second, and I'll put one in.
Colin, come in. Half a second's gone.
You've got one?
No, I said half a second. Half a second's gone.
Oh.
You said give me half a second.
Oh, you're being funny.
You must have a few.
I was like, I'm thinking really hard right now.
Who, me? Never.
Let's go, Jose. You know what?
It's Winsdale.
You should go next. I'll do one after you, Jose. You go.
Right, for me, I take people back to the summer of '91. No, it wasn't. It was the. Can I say it was the winter? No, it wasn't the winter, was it? Spring.
It was the winter of '91. That was when I was
spring of 1991. And I remember sitting down. Didn't get tickets for the game. I remember sitting down watching the cup final on television. And we scored. We ended up beating Forest 2-1, but we lost Gascoigne.
Yeah.
And I remember that tackle, and I remember him before that tackle. I remember Gascoigne. He was going around the pitch. He was so pumped up. You could see it in when he was lining up to start the game and all that. He came out so pumped up, and it was. I don't know whether it's nervous energy or just raw energy, but it was the wrong kind of energy because he just went around like a bull in a china shop for the opening part of the game, and he'd actually committed a horrible foul prior to the one that he did on the right back afterwards, and I remember the tackle, and I remember saying to myself as the tackle was going in, no, if you could freeze me, I was like, no. Anyway, he made that tackle, and obviously you could see straight away that he's hurt himself. And I remember him straight away. I remember how is he going to be feeling now, because I remember how he felt watching TV and how he felt in the 1990 World Cup when he got that yellow card against Germany. And I thought, and I saw what happened to him then, and I thought to myself, God, imagine how. I wonder how he's going to be feeling now. He's missed the rest of the game. Okay, so we ended up winning the game, but then. After the game, although it was elation for me that we won the game, I still remember thinking as well before that, how long is he going to be out for? And then I remember after the game, obviously he'd gone into surgery and that. And when he went into surgery, because he signed, we already knew he was going to Lazio, didn't we, at the time? But he'd gone into surgery, and then when they operated on him, and then they showed you the scar on his kneecap, it ran all the way down his knee, down to his shin. Because I'd open up his leg completely in the knee area, and it shows where medical science has moved to now. Because now them things can be done through keyhole surgery, and he's got the scars to prove it and that. But yeah, it was just a game that stuck with me because of what I felt for Gascoigne before, during, and after the game.
You know what? I just lived that with you. As you said it, I just lived every bit of it with you. I remember it so well. And it was the Walker own goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's just the lead up to the game and then watching him on the pitch and stuff like that, and he was just like going through it. You were hoping that his energy would be positive, but it was raw and negative energy that he had, and he just it's as if he knew that he was leaving us because he was going to Lazio, and he wanted to give us the last hurrah type thing. But he gave us the last hurrah, but in the wrong type of way, and not only for ourselves, but for himself as well, because it obviously meant there was a delay to his new career at Lazio. And I don't think, to be honest, he was the same player after that injury, to be honest.
Well, you know what, Jose? Before he got his injury, he could have been sent off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he made a tackle, hadn't he?
Get sent off.
Yeah, he made a horrible tackle prior to that as well, yeah.
I knew he was injured after his transfer, but I didn't know why. So this is cool. This has been a nice story about how, you know what I mean, how he got injured. Because like I said, I knew he went to Lazio injured, but I didn't know.
Yeah, he was out for ages at Lazio. He must have been out for 9 months.
Yeah, he was
imagine how they were
He was out a
probably
long time.
pretty pissed off about that.
But he had some highlights in Italy. He was just the same Gascoigne. He just fucked about everywhere, didn't he? He just messed about. He was like a little kid in a sweet shop. He just kept messing around all the time. But he had highlights in the Lazio Rome derby when he scored a goal. He had a highlight there, and he did okay. But he was never the same player after his injury. I mean, even when he went to play for Rangers, Everton, and that, he was never the same player. I mean, saying he was never the same player, and that happened in '91. He went to play in 1996 in the Euros, and I saw him playing in the Euros. I went to the games. I went to the Spain-England game in the Euros, and you know, at the end of the day, for me, he was never the same player again. I don't think he hit the heights that he hit prior to that injury. I don't think he hit the heights after post-injury. But yeah, I did feel sorry for him, and you know, watching what's happened to his life afterwards, and that's just been really, really sad to see.
Can you imagine if he had the discipline of Shearer and Kane? People
How's he doing? How's he doing now, though? Like,
He could have been.
last we've heard, he's doing pretty good, though, right?
No, he's a
He
shadow.
doesn't look well.
No, he
He
doesn't
doesn't
look well.
look
He's a
well.
shadow.
Really? I thought he had quit drinking and was doing good.
No, he's drinking, he smokes, he does everything.
Damn.
Yeah, he doesn't look well at all.
That sucks so bad. But at the end of the day, people are going to live their life how they want, sad to say. And if that's, you know, what he wants to do, you can't stop him. But very sad and a huge, you know, part of the history of Tottenham. And wish well for the guy, for real. Really, really do. Really sad. Now I'm bummed out. So to get off of that, I'm going to talk about this. My mom said that waiting by the bus in Denver to get player autographs was fun. That was in 2015. We saw Spurs play against, I think it was the MLS All-Stars. I was more interested in Spurs, you see. And that was the year Dele came to the club. And like I had been on Reddit and like done my homework. Everyone that was waiting by the team bus was all like Yedlin fans because I was in the United States. So everyone was like, Yedlin, please come. And I'm like, Dele. And so I got his attention that day, and that just started it all. I've already told this story, so this doesn't count as my story. But we got everybody. We got all kinds of autographs. I told Chadley I liked his haircuts when he had the top knot thing, and he said thanks. We communicated. I told him I liked his hair. He thanked me. So that happened. Like I said, he was like my favorite player at the time. So I was like, this is amazing. Chadley and I have officially spoken to each other. So that's definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. And my cat is scratching in the litter box 4 feet away from me. I'm very sorry about that, everyone.
Just before we carry on, Chris, I've starred your question. I will answer it, but what I'm going to ask is when I do your question later, I will ask the panel the same question as well. So it's not just me. I'll get them to answer it as well.
Love it. We've got everybody big upping each other and saying, hey, Sonny's wife, I like that one. Thank you. Yeah. A quick way to gain subscribers is to swear and criticize Sonny. A bit risky. Oh, the cat is, yes, that is a.
She's the menace.
I love it.
No way.
She's the top of the mountain at the moment.
Exactly. She's got the highest vantage point. She's running things.
She thinks she owns the house.
But yeah, Sonny's wife. We would never criticize Sonny here. I mean, unless he plays a really bad match, but he usually doesn't do that. Not this season. But Wayne Bonner.
I did something earlier. You wouldn't know who it is. I did something earlier, and he's saying it.
Oh, okay.
It's Norman Wisdom. He's an actor who played a character, and Mr. Grimsdale was his boss. It's a comedy. He used to do comedy films. I'm
gonna check him out. Your humor, you guys' humor is different to ours. So
he's a legend.
Mr. Grimsdale. I think
He's
it's
an
check it out.
absolute legend.
I'm gonna check it out. Absolutely, 100%,
Leo
100%.
saying Spurs playing in my backyard was amazing.
That was the one.
They came to Denver and I sat in the corner with all the Spurs fans.
I was there too, bub. That's really
Well done,
cool.
Leo.
Yeah, I was just a little tight back then.
And your mum says
2015.
we were probably very close. No,
Yeah, we were. Cool, man. Wonder if I
Mark
saw
Cousins.
you at any of the bars before or after or anything.
Mark Cousins, 1991, just got out of hospital in March with type 1 diabetes. Gary Mabbott lifted the cup, who is also diabetic, lifted me off the floor and showed me that I could live with it.
That's fucking
That's a
incredible.
nice
dude.
story.
That's an awesome one. That's really,
Yeah.
really cool, Mark. Very, very cool.
Maha responded to your mum. Well, Leo should say. Daniel Lee, I never talked about the Champions League semi-final against Ajax because of how the final went, but I remember how my mind was. And when Mora scored that goal, I honestly thought I was in a different world.
Yeah, that's a
I've
great
never
one as
felt a
well.
feeling like that. Yeah, that was the happiest moment of my entire life.
Daniels, he says he's always worried about Gaza. And then we have Leo says, Colin, before the game in Denver, Hugo and Lamella were in the parking lot playing kick around with all the tailgaters.
Fuck me, dude. I was in Denver just running around doing bad kid Denver stuff instead, and I could have been hanging out with Eric Lamella. Jesus. Well, that's
Can I-
awesome.
can I-
I'm glad you got to do that.
Can I just say, you know, the Ajax game? Kate's got a great story for that for next time we're on.
Boom. I
Kate
can't wait.
hasn't done a story for now yet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Kate can say it
I
together.
I wasn't actually going to do that one though.
Go on, do another one and save that for another show.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Do a different one, Kate, and save that other one for another show.
Okay. I was going to say that when me and you, Jim, went to the Spurs game in 2005, I think it was, for Mido's debut.
Yeah.
Remember, against Portsmouth, and he scored them 2 cracking goals.
Yeah.
And we was absolutely convinced we had a world beater on our hands. And he was just one of the best debuts I've ever seen of any player. He was immense. And it was just such a brilliant game. But then he never really did much else, did he? He took it both, like, he burst onto the scene and he never really lived up to that sort of, he never really achieved that appearance again. But it just always sticks in my mind how happy we were, and he just looked so brilliant.
Built you up
He was-
just to let you back down.
He was popular with the Spurs fans.
Well, yeah, and he was
He's
nice to
amazing.
look at. But he still never really played that well again as he did on his debut. He was incredible.
Just had that excitement. Just had that N17 buzz. But wait, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Was it at Portsmouth or was it at home?
It was at home.
Okay, cool.
I've only ever been to one away game with Jim, and that was to Fulham.
Oh, cool. So stay
We
in
lost.
London, close
Yeah,
by.
we
You don't
lost.
have to go too far.
we
Oh,
lost.
that's,
We lost.
well, that's a bummer. But
Yeah, it was a bummer.
You've got the Queen who couldn't be with us today, and now I know why. Oh my God, Kate and Jim, I'm at a restaurant eating sexy Spanish tacos. I had to have a peek in on Talk and Ball. Wow, and wow.
hey, thank you for being
You
here.
know, Ellie, we love
Thank
you.
you, Ellie. We hope you have a lovely tapas. You're making my mouth water. I love tapas.
Yeah, I'm starving.
For obvious
Enjoy it.
reasons.
Hey, yeah, I wonder why. I don't. You've never even been to that country, Jose. Just playing,
Colin,
obviously.
Colin, now, do you know what? You're not getting away with it. Daniel Lee's saying that Mido's first season was so good.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's first season, Mido and King got us 5th place. Mido was good first season. He was one of our top goal scorers that season.
It was.
He's a
But
name I
that first
hear
game,
about.
he was unplayable. He was just sensational on his debut.
And Mark Cousin says that is why whenever I get on streams, everyone knows Gary Mabbott is my hero, and I've met him. They never say meet your heroes, but Gary is different.
True.
but the thing is with-
that's a nice story, man. Really good story.
Well, the thing is with that story, which I find is fantastic, is back then, if you had diabetes, it was different to if you got it now.
Mm.
You know, it was more of a big thing back then. Now they have treatments. You know, much better. In them days, they never.
Sonny's
So
wife is.
give him a lift is fantastic.
I don't know. I've obviously missed something here because
Me too.
Sonny's wife says, Colin, for example, Alan Schultz, that translated the phrase that Sonny should be excluded last season, became famous in Korea. And from then on, I joined the channel and Instagram to terrorize him.
That's people slagging off Sonny to get subscriptions. That's
And
what
he
she's talking
says,
about.
I'm still subscribing to him, but I'm not doing any terrorist acts, and I'm just continuing to watch.
He got a view. I'm not sure which Alan you're talking about. I do know an Alan, but I'm not sure if it's the same one. I bet it is. Irish Alan?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
Let us know.
Elliot said, just on a promo, as the tapas had been eaten, now we are moving on to the bar.
Aha. Good.
If you're in a tapas bar, you must be having sangria or a glass of Rioja. Surely.
This guy sounds like he knows.
If you're at a tapas bar, Elliot, see if they've got aguardiente. And if they have got aguardiente, you have an aperitif in Cyprus and in Greece that's similar, something like ouzo. But ask them for aguardiente, it will knock your socks off. Ask them for that. Under the counter, aguardiente. It's like having illegal moonshine. It's hot.
This is awesome. This is good stuff. I love it. I love the. I want to be back in. I want to be back over there so bad. Damn it.
You've got Mark Cousins saying a lot different. Jim Gary was my inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you just.
I get that.
Yeah. And then Chris Peters is saying he loves Rioja.
There you go. So I'm not sure what that is. Can you elaborate? And can you?
Rioja is a Spanish. It's a Spanish wine from a region they call it Rioja.
Okay.
Predominantly red. Oh no, you know what? You can get red and white. I was going to say predominantly red, but you can get red and white.
You prefer the red?
It's just like I don't drink wine, but it's just I see a lot of people drinking red more than white in Rioja. And then you've got dry roasted peanut. Good afternoon.
Hey.
It says, great show, guys. I particularly appreciate the musical bed in the background.
I wasn't sure. I was testing that out. I'm glad you like it. It's always
a question.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Are you Spanish?
Sí, soy español, sí. Soy gallego de Galicia. Mis padres son los dos españoles.
Ah, right.
Pero yo vivo en Inglaterra. Y nací también aquí.
I speak Spanish. I speak Spanish, yeah. And my name is Kate, and I live in Lincoln. That's more Italian, isn't it? I don't know how Spanish people talk.
My parents,
I thought you lived in Spain, Jose.
No,
when I said it to you, Kate just couldn't stop laughing. She thought it was hilarious.
My parents came here in the early 60s, and me and my sisters were born here in England and live here in England. So, although my little sister's gone back now, she's gone back to Spain, but she keeps
Jose.
She keeps coming back and forth from work, coming to work here, going back to work there. So she just comes over whenever she feels like it, just works here and goes back and works there. So she's got.
I know nothing.
Both of my sisters have got dual nationality. I'm the only one that hasn't. I have just a British passport. I don't have a Spanish one.
Yeah.
So you're not an international man of mystery committing, crime. You have an alias passport though, right?
So you have a Spanish passport?
No.
English.
Just think British passport. I'm the only one. My sisters have got dual nationality. I haven't.
How many passports have you got with other names?
So,
Jason Bourne style. You see the Bourne Identity? I like to imagine you got a bag like that with just like a Portuguese passport, a British passport, an American passport.
Bien, por favor.
Mark, I'm going to have to correct you. It's una cerveza, por favor. In Spain, it's cerveza. Beer is in France.
Uh-huh.
All I can think about is Manuel from 40 Hours.
All I know is Puerto Rican Spanish. So the Spanish I know is very different than the Spanish that Jose speaks.
Mi Manuel. Manuel. ¿Qué?
Yeah, I know Manuel.
Portuguese Portuguese.
Really?
Not Portuguese, sorry, but Puerto Rico is where my Spanish teacher was from. So her Spanish was a little different than the Mexican Spanish that is around where I live. We have a lot of like Mexican like workers that we have a lot of farmland around here, and so a lot of like migrant workers will like travel here for work and then work here for the summer and then travel back home. But we learned Puerto Rican Spanish, which was a bit different. And then you know how high school is. I didn't pick up as much of it as I should have. But meaning to get back at it.
I like South American Spanish because they all speak in dialects, and they say different words to, like Spain is Castilian Spanish, it's Castellano. That's the original Spanish. It's like people saying speak the Queen's tongue here in England.
Weird.
In South America, they all got different dialects, and there's different words for certain things. But before we go off track, Colin, you have not given us your guest corner.
And it is whenever we had lost. Well, okay, so we had the managerial problems. We had AVB, and that didn't work out. I was convinced that AVB was going to be the truth. The fact that he was understudied to Mourinho, and then the fact that he managed at Chelsea, I figured this didn't work at Chelsea because they're a bunch of stupid bitches, and they didn't give this guy a fair shake. He's a young man, so we had this cool, pretty young, very sharply dressed manager come into the club, and I was like, this is the guy. So this guy is gonna do it. I'm so excited. And then he didn't, and we all saw how that went. And so there was the big managerial hunt, and there was like names on the list that were exciting, and then we ended up with Pochettino, and I was very let down. I was not on board with Pochettino as manager at the beginning. I thought it was a bad idea, and I just like to look back on that at how wrong I was, and how it only took a match or two for me to see he was ripping up my team. You know what I mean? He was coming in, some guy I didn't know, and didn't think was going to do a good job. Was coming in, was telling Yunus Kabul he had to go. He was telling Aaron Lennon to go do one. Like, who is this guy? Who does this guy think he is? And all it took was one or two matches, and I was like, never mind, I'm an idiot. Clearly don't know shit about football. You could just see the difference in what he was trying to implement almost immediately, even though it didn't it wasn't immediately great, but you could see the difference. You could see the players running more, fighting for each other and for him. And so that's mine. Just being really wrong about Pochettino, and being very happy about being wrong. I'm usually not happy about being wrong, but with that, of course, I'm like,
on this occasion you are. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we did beat Man United under AVB.
Yeah, AVB was. I mean, things look good, and Bale. I know Bale papered over the cracks, and AVB didn't have a lot of tactics other than like, let's get Bale the ball and get out of his way.
And that was at a time we never beat them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that was when Clint Dempsey helped that, right? I think so. Yeah. That's actually been one of my other guest corners. Clint Dempsey scoring against United. He scored against them in both matches that year. We won one and then tied the other.
Right.
Yeah. Good old Clint Dempsey. But yeah, that's my guest corner for today. Just being very wrong about Pochettino, showing that perhaps I don't know shit about football. But I've since then gotten more intelligent.
So you've got Chris Peters, who definitely knows his Spanish because he's saying una cerveza un tubo. Then you've got Ellie saying, I love you guys, big hugs and kisses.
Big hugs.
Jump down to her. She's then telling Nita that she's going to drink sangria and tequila. And then she says, Spanish, brilliant footballers. My favourite was David Silva. What a great little player. Class on legs.
Yeah, too bad he played for.
Nita saying for Ellie to enjoy her evening. Okay, for Wayne Bonner, he's hamster, not rat. He's hamster.
Love it.
And then you have Chris Peters saying, I speak Alpujarran Spanish, very lipsy because of the King of Spain. And then you have Ellie saying, Cornish is a great language. Right, I'm going to go, but guys, I'm going to go back to the start question with Chris Peters. But I'm going to ask you, he's asked me, but I'm going to ask you guys the same thing. And his question is, if you had to bring one player at his prime, who would it be? Now, in order to quantify this, Chris, can you tell me what you mean by in his prime? Are we talking about any player in the world, or are we talking about a player that Tottenham have had? So if you can quantify it, I'll answer it.
God, that's a hard one. Either way,
It is. It really is. You got to think about how we are in certain positions.
I know who I'd like to say, but I can't say it until I know he's going to quantify it. But I was going to say, I'm going to say a player that I'm sorry, any ex-players in the past. Okay, so it makes it even easier for my answer then. He's saying any ex-player in the past. So for me, it's quite an easy one to answer. It's someone that I haven't seen play.
No, any ex-Spurs player.
Yeah, any ex-Spurs player. So
right.
You haven't seen somebody you haven't seen play.
Yeah.
So it's
for
got to
me,
be.
He's saying any ex-Spurs player in his prime. Who would it be? So my choice is going to be a player that I never saw play, and that I've heard lots of. I've seen reels and I watched the documentary, and for me, it's got to be Jimmy Greaves. That's the player that I would have bought in his prime because I didn't see him play, but from everything I've seen, I appreciate the player that he was. And he's before my era. So my answer to that, Chris, would be Jimmy Greaves.
God.
What about you? We'll go to Kate because then you can have a think about it, Jim.
Yeah, so many.
I've just dropped my earbud, sorry. I would pick David Ginola because he's my favourite player I've ever watched live. I just thought he was just a magician on the ball. Beautiful human to look at as well. Not that that's any reason, but just such a creative genius. Just by far, seeing him live in front of me on a pitch just blew my mind. Like I say, for me, he's the best player I've ever seen play the game live. So I would bring back Ginola. And I think, imagine Ginola in our team now. Oh my God, he'd be amazeballs. So yeah, that's my choice.
When Chris is saying his prime, do you think we didn't get him in his prime then, Kate?
No, I think, but I'm just saying, in the system that Ange plays now, he would just be amazing.
Because he came to us from Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah, no, it was fantastic for us. Fantastic. I just think that the way we play, the style we play, would suit him to a T. So I would adore Ginola back in the club. Oh, so yeah, that's mine.
This is tough and fun. I'm thinking of players I'm thinking of where we need improvement. Because we've got a pretty good squad right now.
So, Colin, you go next because I'm going to leave Jim last because Jim's obviously going to have a fair knowledge of a lot of different players.
There's so many.
So carry
on thinking, and then we'll let Colin go next.
So I want to go with a striker. So I know I want to go striker. I know we've got Sonny, but we've got no depth to speak of there. I don't think Richie's good enough. Then it's who do we pick? I think that players that maybe weren't the absolute best players ever would do a really good job in this system, like Robbie Keane. I feel might do a really good job in this system. And Jermaine Defoe, I feel could both be. They're not the same player, obviously. Neither of them are super great passers of the ball, which I understand that everybody in the team kind of needs to be in this system. They all kind of interchange a bit, but. For the work rate of Robbie Keane, I think he would be awesome. And then for Jermaine Defoe's ability to just pop up in the box, know where the ball is going to be, and smash it in. We could use a bit of a poacher right now, and we don't have that type of. We don't really have that type of player in the squad. So one of those two for me, I think, would be really cool in this team.
Over to you, Jim.
Daniel E's just made a great call there with Luka Modric.
I'm going to read them out.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I would have gone the same as you, Jose, but I'm not going to now because you picked him. Right? I must be a little bit older than you, Jose. I must be a little bit older than you.
Why are you saying that? Did you get to see Greaves play?
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Greaves play, but I see Greaves play, but I didn't see him play in the years in all through the 60s. That's when Greaves played.
I caught the back end of him.
Yeah, that's what I call the back end of him. That's what I'm saying. In his prime, I'm talking about. So that's why my answer was in his prime. I never saw him
up the same age then, probably.
Yeah, I never saw him in his prime. That's
Jim's the same age as Ellie, I think, isn't he, Jim? I think you were both born in the same year, yeah.
I'm going to say in his prime, I'm going to say Klinsmann, I think.
Sweet.
I think Klinsmann in his prime was just unreal. And can you imagine Klinsmann in this team? So you look surprised I said that, Jose?
No, I'm not. I'm looking. I was nodding near at you. I'm not surprised. I heard what you said about Klinsmann earlier, so it doesn't surprise me.
I just think Klinsmann in his prime. I mean, he took the world by storm. Everyone was talking about him. So I think, if you hadn't picked Jimmy, I think I'd have picked Jimmy as well. I went different because I don't want to be the same. But
yeah, you're allowed to pick the same prime. There are no rules.
But you know what?
No
you could sit here for 4 hours going through players.
If you wanted your number 6, right? Do you know what I'd go for in his prime? Alan Mullery.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Could go for Gilzine as well if you wanted Gilzine.
Yeah.
There are so many great players that we've had. If you look at them in their prime, they would have fit this system and they'd make this team.
Graham Roberts,
look at that.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Leslie King,
somebody got that one.
2 knees.
Yeah. But see, I thought striker, because our defense looks solid right now. Obviously, it's just hard starting too. But we look solid there. Whereas I think at striker, we'd ideally move Sonny back to wing and then put a competent striker in there. That's not Richarlison. But again, I could see the argument. So
you've got in the chat, you've got Mark Cousins says Gary Mabbitt's easy.
And do you know what? Do you know what, Jose? And I was just going to say Gary Mabbott as an afterthought for Mark. But what a player he was!
He was a good player.
One of my all-time favourites.
He was just he would have died on that pitch for us. He was just a warrior, wasn't he? An absolute warrior.
And then this is the comment that Daniel E made. If we're going for in their prime and how long their prime lasted, I would love a prime Modric in the Spurs team. Reading about the vandalism damage to the stadium, which was reported today.
Yeah, I saw a little bit about that. I don't really know what exactly happened.
They smashed a load of the windows of the stadium, and they reckon it's going to cost over $1 million to fix. They've arrested someone. I reckon it was Jurgen Klopp.
No, that's something you got to have balls to do. Vandalize something, and that dude's got.
Dry roasted peanuts says prime Eric Dyer. Oh wait, he's still here.
Oh, slam! Love it.
We've got. I've starred your mum's question. Right, Robbie Keane, anyone or Hoddle?
I said Robbie Keane.
Yeah,
What do you think, Chris Peters? Great. I didn't even see your comment. I just threw that out there. So
I don't like to show off, but I meet a lot of the football players, as myself and my 2 daughters were silver service waitresses at White Hart Lane in the 90s.
Whoa, that is really cool. That's awesome. You're not showing off. You're telling us stuff about you. That's what we like. We like to learn about people who are watching. So
all the artisans says a prime Edgar Davids would have been.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Hey, can I ask
one
stupid question? What position did he play?
Midfield.
Okay,
thanks.
Destroyer. He's a midfield destroyer, but he had a cultured left foot as well.
With his sunglasses.
Yeah.
He looked proper cool with those.
It was brilliant.
I can't remember what World Cup it was. I can't remember whether it's 2006, 2002, what World Cup it was. But he had a run-in with the coach, and Edgar Davids wouldn't back down from anyone. And he got kicked out of the World Cup because he wouldn't agree with his coach. But then there's also an alleged story that there was a training ground punch-up where he got knocked out with one punch by Robbie Keane.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, Robbie Keane decked him with one punch because he wouldn't back down either. There was 2 players there that played on the same side that wouldn't back down.
Wow.
Ellie, that's easy. Glenn Hoddle, all day long. I've admired him the moment I saw him make his debut. In my eyes, he was the greatest English footballer. Chris Peters, Graham Roberts is my all-time hero. His book, Hard as Nails, is a great read.
I'll have to check it out. That sounds like it would be a great read.
Les Ferdinand, I dropped my plates when I met him.
Oh, I love him. So Les, brilliant.
And you've got your mum saying, I love Modric.
She does. She does.
Chris
Still,
Peters
she's still taken back at the club today, I think.
And Chris Peters is agreeing that Davies was a proper defensive midfield central. Right, and then you've got Ellie saying, I'm going to make special shout out to Ledley King, as well as a great defender. He too was class on legs. Now, I'm going to go to one more that's been starred from your mum. She's asked a question, so I'm going to hand it over to take your turns and answer. The biggest disappointment from the player, who and why?
Soldado for me.
Okay, you go first, Colin.
Soldado. He just came with so much promise. I mean, for how many years in a row was he like the third top goal scorer in Spain behind only Messi and Ronaldo? You know, he just came with such promise. He was at the prime of his career. He wasn't over the hill. You know what I mean? He was just literally hitting like his prime. It was an exciting time around the club. And we'd been crying out for a big name, 20 goal a season striker. And we got one, we thought. And we were all so excited. And I got a Soldado kit. And was just so excited and watched highlight clips. And even then I was like, seems like they're getting him the ball a lot. We don't really do that. But still, I was still excited. And you guys know what happened. I mean, he was our record transfer fee for a long time. It all fell through. What is it about Spurs and our record transfer fees always being shit? Maybe we should just not do that. Let's not break it. Let's not break our record transfer fee anymore, because they're just going to be a shit player if history tells us anything. But no, Soldado should have been the striker we needed, but unfortunately it was a disappointment. And seemed like a great guy. Good on him. I'm sure he was an awesome person. I feel bad for the dude. And so yeah, that's mine. Roberto Soldado.
Go on, Kate. Yeah, we go.
Good, I don't know.
I can see you've got
God,
one.
there's so many.
We only want one.
Well, oh God, there's two, and I can't decide which one was
Okay,
worse.
I'll tell you what. You give us both of them then.
Well, Tanguy Ndombele's got to be one, because I just thought he was going to be immense.
Oh my God,
and
he
was
unreal.
crap.
Yeah.
And the other one's got to be Kevin Prince Boateng.
Oh
Because he was. Everyone said that he looked like he was going to be an absolute world beater, and he was just absolutely awful when he came to us. So, I mean, they're two of. There's so many, but I suppose if I had to pick my all-time, it'd be Tanguy, because I really thought he had something special, and I still think he probably has, but he just hasn't got the attitude and aptitude to do it. But yeah, probably for me, it's got to be him, Tanguy Ndombele, unfortunately.
And you know what?
How about you, Jim?
I'm going to be a real boring bastard here, but I've got to agree with Kate. Tanguy I am absolutely devastated when he turned out. He cost us, was it 63 million?
Correct.
And we paid him near enough 70 million in wages. So he's took between 120 and 130 million out of Tottenham Hotspur. And what have we got back? We have got back nothing for 130 million. Absolutely nothing. He is by far, there is no one even close to Tanguy for me that's to let this club down.
Apart from Richarlison.
Richarlison hasn't had as much time.
I'm joking.
Okay, I was like, come on now, okay.
I was joking.
Can you imagine 130 million we've spent on that guy? And is there anything you can sit there and say, oh my God, at least he give us that?
No.
No, the only thing he did was McDonald's in Tottenham.
He
made their profits go up.
He came in, he scored on his debut, right? Against City. We have a thing with players scoring on their debuts against City. Bergwijn did the same. I mean, he came in, he looked good. I think he got an assist in the next match. Either that or he got a goal and assist in his first match. He looked good. He looked good when he very first came into the team, and he looked good in little tiny stints. But yeah, nothing substantial, nothing that would last, nothing more than just
I remember
a flash.
saying after his debut to you, Jim, oh my God, this guy looks like a proper baller.
Yeah.
Who is that? Sorry, who you say?
Crap.
Who is it? Sorry.
Okay. And Ndombele, she's saying.
Oh, Ndombele. Is that who you're talking about? Ndombele still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was yours, Jose?
Yeah,
well, I'm gonna go for pre Ndombele, but exactly the same. But pre Ndombele didn't cost as much, hasn't wasted as much wages, but had all the skill in the world and looked like a world beater. But his attitude is the same as Ndombele. The only thing is that he wasn't overweight. But apart from that, everything exactly the same thing. And that is Adel Taarabt.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a keeper West Ham with him in it.
Okay, so yeah, Adel Taarabt. He had everything. He had the world at his feet. He had everything. Harry Redknapp raved about him. Harry Redknapp tried so hard for him, and he gave leeway to him and everything. And it's interesting because when Harry went to QPR, Harry took him to QPR, didn't he? But he just didn't do it at QPR either. He just did it nowhere. He has all the skill in the world, but did nothing whatsoever. So for me, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say him.
We've probably got tons of comments to go through.
And now, so you've got all the artists I was talking about. Prime Lineker would have been nice in this team. Mark Cousin says Graham Roberts was in my part of the world. We bought him from Weymouth. Ellie says that Steve Perryman, I feel, was so underrated. What a great captain and a club servant, and he was a great team player. Prime Edgar Davids at Juve, though, would be nice for this team as well, from Daniel Lee. Colin, Daniel Lee is agreeing because he did say Soldado as well. And if I go back up and find his comment, right, his comment was up here, weren't it? Yeah. Mine would be Soldado. So disappointed with how his career went because he was a great goal scorer in Spain, and I thought he was going to settle in the Premier League, but he never did.
Agreed. Agreed.
Dragons did nuts. One word. And we're catching up. Sorry, Chris Peters says to big up Kate.
Love that. Love the love.
Audio out is biggest disappointment would be Gios dos Santos and Jonathan Blondell. I thought they were going to be wicked.
Didn't David Bentley come in with some hype too? I know he scored that crazy goal.
Oh,
as well,
Blondell! I remember Blondell. Yeah, he looked like he was going to be brilliant.
Sanchez is a good one. I don't know who Blondell is, Kate. You're gonna have to.
He was a winger. He was absolutely shit. He was shit.
He was.
It was awful.
Well, fuck him.
He's one of them ones that must have sent a video in of somebody else and got Tottenham to sign him.
It was like when Arsenal signed Jeremy Aliadier. Do you remember that? They billed him as going to be better than Wayne Rooney, and he just did nothing.
He disappeared.
It was the same sort of thing. It was so disappointing.
The comment about Sanchez was good though, because remember how good he was for Ajax, and that's where we had gotten Jan, right? Or was it Toby or Jan came through Ajax. Maybe I can't remember who now. I'm looking like a dunce. Okay, good. Thank you. That's what I thought. So you know what I mean? Like, we thought in Sanchez maybe we had like the heir to their throne, but look how that worked out.
And then you've got Mark Cousin saying Rebrov got to be in there.
All good answers.
And then it says here sub to Kate, but really I'm going to say sub to Kate and Jim at Just the Girl Who Loves Players. Only because Jim is part of the show now, so
only once a week. Don't want to get in above his station.
Don't worry, by a couple of months it'll be my show.
There you go. Boom.
Show.
Yeah.
Show business. And then you've got Daniel Lee. Sorry, can I just give you some breaking news, right?
Yeah, break it.
It's been on my phone for a few minutes, but it's gone now. It came out about 5 or 10 minutes ago. That Nasir Jassim,
yeah, Man United.
He's pulled out from buying Man United completely, which, and it depends if you've got morals or not. Some people have, some people haven't, but some people are hoping that he will come and splurge some cash in Tottenham. So
we know someone who actually knows that actual person, don't we, Jim?
I was just going to say that.
and there's no intention of him putting anything in for Tottenham, I'm afraid.
Oh, we'll have to get
unless something changes.
ITK.
No, United's changed. And also,
yeah, but without being anti-Semitic, they won't deal with Jewish people. That is why they don't want to pay. I know what you're going to say, but this was the reason they told him, wasn't it? That they wouldn't buy into Spurs. Because Levy won't sell the whole club. He'd only sell a part of it. There's no way, unless they got a ridiculous offer.
And then offered to let him keep his job as, you know, that's important to him. I don't know if ownership matters to him as much as keeping his job, but I think he likes the prestige.
So Daniel, he's got audio out his own. Gio Sanos is a great shout, especially the reputation he came with after playing for Barca and being one of the so-called wonder kids.
Yep, exactly. I heard that he had a problem with partying. I think he was a bit of a party boy, and the London life was too much for him.
He got top Spurs in the house.
Yeah, Tot Spurs. What up, homie? Big up.
You've got Nita saying, I give Defoe a shout. And there's lots of love from everyone. I'm going to skip the love for now. Glenn Hoddle was a genius. We haven't had a player like him. He could do everything with football. The great Johan Cruyff bigged up Hoddle. Glenn was a genius.
Boom.
Adrian, the historian, Redknapp said, if Tarat would be some player if he could pass a nightclub the way he passed the ball.
That might be who I'm thinking of, but instead of Gio dos Santos, maybe it was Tarat who was the player that was the party boy. That might.
That's
be
brilliant.
Yeah, I think.
But I never get why their careers are so short.
Yeah.
Can't they live without it until they finished?
Yeah.
Right.
You know. Do you know what, Jose? I had a career for 25 years. I worked as a bodyguard, and I had a lot of people work under me. And for 25 years, I was so clean cut. But as soon as I finished, I went wild, which was a mistake. Yeah. But for that, all the time I had my career, I was just so work out, stay clean, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah, you did buy Ferraris and stupid cars.
Yeah, but that was all right. But after my career, I had 4 years where I went stupid.
Yeah.
But careers are so short. These footballers, I mean, I don't understand it. They have such a short career and they mess it up.
And they've got all the money and all the girls. I mean, I get it from like a young man's perspective. Like I was dumb and I wasn't even a footballer with that money and that, that recognition. But like you were saying, just have a little foresight, look forward and think that later on you'll have time for that. But I also can, as a 30-year-old man, will tell you that you don't want to party anymore. You don't want to. It's not as important as it was whenever. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I think Llorente was a better signing than we expected. Should have played in the Champions League final.
That way.
Llorente was a better signing than we expected, and he was our excellent plan B to just smash the ball at him, have him head it down to somebody, or trap the ball, chest it down, feed it off to somebody else. He was a plan B in one player. We could go long ball just by putting him in.
David Pleat thought Blondell was the next big thing. There's a lot of things David Pleat thought, to be honest.
Oh,
Defoe was a good player, not a bad.
Oh, we knew what you meant, Nita. Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Give me a prime Paul Gascoigne, and the biggest waste of space is Endon Bailey. Waste of money and so underwhelming. And he's coming with
Vincent Jensen, another one.
Bad, but he didn't have it on Endon Bailey.
He looked like he was going to be the next, he looked like he was going to be the perfect Harry Kane understudy. To me, just from the eye test and watching them, they looked like they played similar hold up. Their hold up play was similar. To be fair, Jensen didn't really have the pass on him that Kane does. We didn't know Kane did at this point. He could score with either foot, inside, outside the box. His goal record, he all spread out. He didn't just score one type of goal. I thought he was going to be sick, and that's kind of why I'm glad we didn't go for gift or ban, because we've seen one season or half a season in both of their cases in a lower league does not mean sustainability in your play. So I think not getting gift or ban was the play, and I'm really glad whoever made that call.
Thank you, Sonny's wife. She subbed to Kate, and she subbed to me.
Thank you.
Hell yes. Nice job, Sonny's wife. I appreciate you being here. We had talked about you messaged last night for me like 12 hours ago saying more than that, saying you couldn't wait for the show. You loved the thumbnail. Thanks for being a part of the channel.
I love the lift music, so chilled from Chris.
Bye, Leo. He's
Good
gone.
afternoon, good evening.
Oh, Leo, much love, dude. Thanks for being with us for so long. This show's obviously gone way longer than expected, but when do they not?
You've got Boris Britt saying, seems Ashley Phillips is the captain of England under 19s tonight.
Oh, cool. I'm glad he's getting the game. No matter who he's playing with, he needs to keep his game time up. And
Ellie says that Adol Tarat ended up at my hubby's team QPR, had a few good matches, but he was so disappointed his head was too big for his boots.
Yeah.
And let me see, because everyone's talking to each other. That's always important. It's always important. Eddie says 20 in the house with 19 likes.
Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, guys. Let's pump those numbers up. No, I think that's from Waffle Wall Street, I think.
Chris Peters saying Jansen's always a thief.
Always tried. Always tried.
Oh, okay.
Adrian Soka says Nkudu and NG.
I forgot about them both.
There's other people that are bigger thieves in the club than Adrian, I must say.
Yeah.
Yes, Leo, thank you very much.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you.
Big love, buddy.
Then we've got Levy wants 4.5 billion. He ain't going nowhere. Who's going to buy Tottenham Hotspur? Also, Levy hasn't finished the project in Tottenham.
Let's crowdfund it. I'll throw in £20, and then we'll just be a fan-owned team.
He still plays in France. All the others coming with Benjamin.
He went to mother effing PSG.
Yeah, but he's not there anymore. But he still plays. He still plays for a French side now.
Yeah, Sam Booley. I can run faster than him, and it's even on my bad knees. So.
And Adrian Shoker's saying that Mikey Moore scored for the under-19s. He did the other night. They won the other night, and he did score. And
boom! I saw that goal. It was sick. I actually did see it.
Ashley Phillips played, and Dorrington was an unused sub for the under-19s the other night. But what I will say that we haven't said on this show yet is, I mean, I haven't seen the lineup yet. I'm going to check it now whilst I'm speaking for the Italy-Malta game.
I'm just going to have a quick wee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Enjoy it.
But we got what's his name? Mickey van der Ven. Good news. Mickey van der Ven got his first minutes as a Dutch international last night. He played the last 10 minutes on for Ake.
And I just wanted to say, obviously, you saw the thumbnail. Sonny got to chill out and sit on the bench versus Tunisia. He went probably for morale purposes. I saw him give the pre-match talk. So good things there. Good to have your captain there, but I'm glad that they let him sit out. Do you guys know, did James Maddison play versus?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. He didn't get injured.
490?
70.
Cool. Well, good for him. Keep him in good form, I guess. Not a bad thing. Keep him going. Keep him happy too. And I know he was very excited to break into that England squad. So I'm glad he's retained his place.
And Destiny's a sub. I've just checked. Destiny's a sub tonight against Malta.
Against who?
Malta.
Okay.
It's a qualifying match, and he's a sub against Malta tonight. But
if Malta do anything, I'll be very surprised. But
they've got England on Tuesday.
Yikes.
So, and the Italians normally tend to switch their teams around. But so the person playing left back tonight is Federico Di Marco. Is playing left back tonight. So who knows? Destiny may get his opportunity. If he doesn't get on the pitch today, he may get his opportunity against England, which will mean whoever plays right wing is going to have a torrid time.
It might be Saka again. Saka will be having nightmares.
Chris Peters has got a comment. I was shocked that the England under-21 team didn't have any Spurs players other than Scarlett, and we are top of the league. So the under-21s, if you didn't know, they won their match last night against Serbia 9-1.
Jesus. All right.
And a lot of the players that played in that match for the under-21s yesterday are playing in the Premiership. So it bodes well for the England team going forward with what they had on show last night.
Absolutely.
Daniel E has come in with. Where's Daniel E's comment? Right, it's apparently Spurs have a fan base of 32 million people. So let's work out the maths and how much it will cost to buy Spurs.
Yeah.
It'll cost a hell of a lot of money. 32. Well, no, if you look at 32 million people, it wouldn't be. But
so I'm not much of a math
if they're
guy.
valuing it 4.5 billion, right? Then all you got to do is divide it 4.5 billion by 32 million, and that'll give you your answer. I don't think I have a calculator in front of me that can do so many zeros.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not sure I do either. I'm just gonna type that out. 4.5 billion. I'll just type the words 4.5 billion
divided by 32 million.
So it's 140. So 140.6. So 141 pounds a person.
Each. And then we can buy Tottenham if it's valued at 4.5 billion.
Fucking deal, dude. Yes. Checks in the mail. Luca takes checks, right? It'll cash. It'll cash. So, yeah.
And then we've got Levy will sell the stadium and then never sell the stadium, he means. So
why is that? What is he just holding out for more money than he's ever going to get? Is that what you guys have kind of...
Daniel, he's in for it. He says if it's 141 quid, he's in.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm in too, man. I'm in too. Let's do it. I'll even double it. I'll cover somebody who can't do it. So yeah. I got 2 spots. I just want to be majority owner is the thing. That's actually all it is. I'm not being
a majority owner.
Yeah. Yeah. With 2 spots, you know. Guys, this has been a very long show, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I think it's time that we probably wrap it all up. We've all got stuff to do with our day. I don't. That's my day off, so I'm just gonna get some food and go to sleep.
I bet the kitten's starving, bless him.
Yeah.
Daniel, he's saying that's 282 quid so far. Look.
Hey, all good.
Oh,
all
well,
good.
me
Let's
catering. What about that?
So that makes it 554 quid or 564 quid.
There you go. And Jose, you're in, right?
If it's £141 each, I'd put a bit more in that to make the shares a bit more for me as well. I'm thinking the same as you, Colin.
Yeah, we're smart guys.
Chris Peters, you're asking a silly question, mate. Come on. What do you think, Chris? We know what Jim's going to say. So what are you going to say, Chris?
Top 3 for me. I'm saying top 3.
Top 4 for me.
That's fair.
I think we could get 4.
Did you see my comment yesterday that I put in the show? I had some fellas that went to see Merson and
that's right.
On their tour or whatever, and he goes, and they said to me, the worst boo, the 2 biggest boos they got all night when they were talking was when both of them independently said, when they were asked the questions, both of them independently said they can't see Tottenham not being in the top 4 this year. They're definitely going to be in the top 4. And that got a boo from the Arsenal fans that went to see him. So right, so people are answering this. We're on our way to buy Spurs, says Daniel Lee.
We're gonna do it.
I mean, if I can be chirpy now, Mark Cousins.
We'll work it out.
Get in there, Mark. He's on the
first.
gym train.
Colin, it was 4.5 hours last week.
Yes, it was. We had some wild stuff last week. Luckily, none of that today. We learned our lesson.
Chris Peters is saying 3rd place. Mark Cousins says anything else is losing.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, we know where Jim's
Mark
going.
Cousins.
Jim's got that train firmly out of the platform. It's left the platform already.
Choo-choo.
I won't have anything else.
Choo-choo.
Sorry, Kate's already said top 4.
Yeah.
Colin.
Top 3. I think that it'll be City, and then I think us, and then I think Liverpool, Arsenal.
I think
second place.
City, Liverpool, Arsenal,
Okay.
Spurs. That's what I think.
I can see us being in the top 3, but what I will say is I'm going to say the top 3, and for that I'm kind of being generous, I think, as well, because I think we can achieve higher. I really do, because I think everyone's going to nick points off each other.
Okay.
Everyone is.
Look at Kate. She can't handle it.
I think people are going to nick points from each other. Like I said, I keep saying. I mean, I'm not one of these. I wasn't one of these doom and gloom merchants. So people could go back and watch the videos that I've done on my channel, where I've been on my own talking about it, and I wasn't one of these
Pussy
people.
spotted.
I know, I see that.
I wasn't one of these people that subscribed to us. We're going to go and get battered every game, and we're going to have to go through a lot of pain before we can see anything good and all that. I wasn't one of the people that subscribed to that before the start of the season. So, for me, I think, you know, at the end of the day, if you look, everyone's talking. It's interesting because people talk about the eye test, and then people talk about stats. And when you throw stats at people, some people don't like it. If we look at people that are in the top position after 8 games, statistically, where do they finish up in the league at the end of the season? Have a look at the stats and tell me how many people fall off being lower than 3rd place.
Yeah,
but this is Tottenham.
This is
Angie's Tottenham.
Exactly.
We're not the same. Anyone who thinks we can win the league, well, we've still got Dyer and Davis on the bench and Skip and Højbjerg.
Hey, we've been through this the other day. We don't need to go through it again. You've had your explanation.
No, because you lost. You lost.
You mean this guy right here, the man, the myth, the legend, the god of football, Ben Davis, the Welsh god.
He does a job.
I love him.
Every team has got to have plodders as well. Come on, every team has it. I mean, when Liverpool won their league, they fucking had Daniel Sturridge on the bench.
And James Milner's.
James Milner's Adam Lallana. So, you know, everyone needs team players or plodders.
They're still better than the ones we've got on our bench. Lallana, Sturridge, still knocks spots off the crap we've got on our bench.
Veliz is much better than Sturridge.
Not yet, he ain't.
Veliz, I'm telling you, watch out for the train, mate.
This guy knows his shit. He told me that a player was getting sent off versus Liverpool. 2 did. He told me that Veliz would get game time. He did.
Veliz is a locomotive, man. Trust me.
I said there'd be sending offs in the Liverpool game. And I think Veliz may be a good player, but he's not ready to step up right now.
Give him a chance. Well, that's what they say about a lot of players, but you've got to give him a chance. Dele Alli weren't ready to step up.
Yeah, but he was. He really was. He was fantastic.
Why? And we'll have to see.
He had the experience of playing in England in a lower league. Veliz hasn't got that, so. But you'll never convince me.
No, not until it happens. Not until you see with your own eyes.
Exactly.
Get on the Jim and Kuva train.
Yeah, the Kuva train has left the platform as well. Look at that. We've got.
Yeah, he's just crashed into a big old boulder.
Kuva's got his football bag.
When we're sitting here with a big fat trophy and I'm counting my money, and you're just looking at me saying, "Oh my God, you're so wrong, Jim. I was so wrong." And then
Can I borrow some money? That's what she'll say.
And then you'll wake up.
Oh, this is going to be.
Ollie's wife. We will win the title this season, I'm sure. Big dream.
Dream big. Today is to do. That's the whole motto of the entire club. God dang it. So.
And then you've got Drew. Like, if we can't dream big, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yes. Hell yes. Absolutely. 100%.
Well, we're 2.5 hours in. We're not going to do a part 2 now. So
no, I need to eat, or I'm going to die.
Everybody, we are heading out. That is the end of the show. I just wanted to thank Kate and Jim for joining Jose and I. I want to thank Jose for having such a quick comeback. We thought you'd be out a couple of days, buddy. I'm glad you're back. It didn't feel right doing the show without you yesterday, so I'm glad you're back on, man.
Like I said, I feel a lot better today.
What a warrior in the background as well yesterday.
Do what?
Jose was still in the background.
I know exactly, right? Even sick, he's still helping keep the show going.
Yeah, but I couldn't come on yesterday. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for your help. I want to say big love to everybody in the chat. Sonny's wife, big up to you. You're always here. It's good to have some regulars. Tosper says sub and like the channel. Everyone, please do that. Yes, if you haven't liked yet, please do. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're growing. We're trying to grow. Get us to 500. We'll get those 3,000 watch hours. So let's get to 500 so we can get those YouTube memberships going, all that fun stuff. We'll do it. But if you're interested, we got a Patreon. Let me see if I can find a comment of it. I got it somewhere. Hold on here.
Can I ask you a question, Colin? When are you next on, or when's Talking Ball next on? Are you doing an American show tonight, or are you leaving it to tomorrow?
No, I think I'm going to hang out and do family stuff tonight. So next show is going to be Monday. Taking tomorrow off.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Now I don't know. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later if we're going to do one tomorrow or not.
All right.
So everybody keep on the lookout. Hit that notification bell. What a good reason to hit the notification bell, right? And again, if you just go to patreon.com and type in Talking Ball or Google Patreon Talking Ball, it should come right up if you're interested in doing that. If you're not, seriously, don't worry about it. But if you are...
Or you can go into the channel info. The channel info has it there as well.
Yeah, you 100%. It sure as heck does. So, yeah, go check that out if you're interested. Comes with some neat stuff. I was telling Jose, got a box of knockoff kits coming any day from China. And I'm excited to give those out to people as little prizes for things. So if you're a size small, medium, large, or extra large, get in on some future games we're going to have coming on the channel. And this way, I got a bunch of kits for cheap. And we didn't give Levy any of our money. So, yes. That's how I'm selling it to everyone, at least. Everybody, again, thank you so much. Nita said thanks y'all for sending big hugs. So thanks you all for sending big hugs. Yes. TTWD. What's that?
Tottenham till we die.
Tottenham till we die. Always.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for coming on. And
thank you, everyone.
Our last comment is, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Quiz.